Alrighty. Why don't you all roll me a 20-sider?
Woo! Wasted that.
I chucked it so hard I actually threw it into the dice tower, apparently. So there's my real roll.
Give him whatever was in the dice tower. Because that was his first roll, and that's the only one that matters.
I got that.
It is the only one that matters. You are correct. Alright, I need Raz and Glizzic to re-roll.
You got a 2, dude. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it was almost a 1. 13.
Wait.
Yep. Healer initiative.
Always coming up short.
We both are.
That's because you're a midget. Alright, did I do high to low last time or low to high?
You did high to low.
Alright. And then this time we will do the opposite then. So that'll be Raz.
Quick.
Razavir. Roll me a 1d17.
17, you need to make more questions.
You guys need to do something that gives me information to make questions out of.
You're making it real hard to get a freaking drink right now.
That's not my problem, sir. Excellent. Good question to start with. Alright, Razavir. You have 1 minute to tell me, name 2 of the party's remaining goblin companions.
Ooh, remaining, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The only ones I remembered were the ones that got killed.
I actually wrote those down. Woo!
Let's see if I did.
It's funny because I was just thinking, I was like, one of the questions is going to be, name the goblin that Kruga turned into a puppet.
Sargon, there's 3 goblins. I'm just saying. Everyone always forgets about.
None.
I know. You only have to name 2 of them. 2 of the 3.
I'm gonna go with. I still only remember the freaking 2.
That's all you need is 2. If they're the remaining ones.
I can't name the 2 dead ones, right?
You cannot.
Only one's dead. The other one is the goblin in the wild, so probably dead.
Time is up.
I can only think of one anyway. I know they all. No.
I was the easy answer.
No.
The Glizzic
I'm still alive.
Glizzic's not a companion.
Hey.
Which one? What was that, Bio? I didn't hear what names you were saying.
The only thing I remembered was that they all ended in Lynn, so I was thinking Hoblin, and that's about as far.
No. Alrighty. Glizzic. Roll me a 1d16.
Can I say what they are?
You can say whatever you want.
So we're not using that question
Methlin,
anymore?
Paslin, and Wordlin.
That question is done for tonight.
Yep. Because it was password, and then Bob and Mep, and then just Lin, but that long gone.
Come on, Glizzic. Roll me a 1d6. Ah, there it is.
I did already.
Linlin fell off the side of the boat.
Yeah.
No. Linlin was crushed, turned to a puppet, and thrown off the side of the boat.
Yes, he fell off the side of the boat.
She. Boblin
It was
disappeared.
An unfortunate accident. Nobody
Yeah.
knows how it happened.
All right. Here's a pretty easy question. We'll see if anyone can answer it. Glizzic.
Anyone.
Ooh, this is an
Wow.
all-person question. Let's
It's
nice.
it's not a
I
toss-up.
like
It's
these cranium rules.
it's a question for Glizzic. Glizzic, you have 1 minute to tell me who the party rescued from Grunek Amberback.
Rebecca.
That is correct.
Yeah.
You mean Amberjack?
I hate you.
Amberjack. You mean Susan? Now you're just being
All right. Galgrim, roll me a 1d15.
Oh, I got the very German number. 9.
All right, Galgrim, you have 1 minute to tell me, what does Glizik consult to foretell the future? That is correct.
Why are you so quiet?
I love the question mark.
I didn't even hear him.
He said, bones?
I heard it, but I just barely heard it.
Step up to the mic.
No.
There you go.
All right, Zakara, 1d14.
What's the name of the car?
Zakara. Nope. Zakara, you have 1 minute to tell me, what is Kruga's current title?
I was just thinking of this question.
Master.
That is correct.
Captain.
Allegedly.
With a K. Capitan.
All right, Kruga, 1d13.
We're burning through these questions.
I know for once. Alrighty. All right, Kruga. You have 1 minute to tell me, who runs the Silver Lion Inn? This one's been here for a while.
No, my map isn't working.
That's not my problem.
I don't know.
That is incorrect. You guys were doing good.
We'll still do
All right. You earned 3 points. Here we go. There's the points. And we lost Fable.
Yeah, I had to go out because my fantasy grounds froze up.
Well, maybe you should upgrade once in a while and stay on the current version.
I am on the current version. I upgraded my Discord just like you asked.
Nice, thanks. Hey, D is for diploma.
Right?
If it's not in your major, it's a passing grade. I know all about that.
Fuck, even if it's in your diploma.
No. No, not for a real degree.
Ouch.
Mine doesn't give a shit.
Mine
Like I
very much
said.
gave a shit.
Mine did. It was A, B, or C. If you got a D, the university says, yeah, you pass, but it does not count towards your degree.
Yeah, they said
gotta
if
take it
you
again.
change your major, then that'll count as a pass for one of your well-rounded experiences.
Are you
Yep.
sure you want to continue down this path? You can recover some of that investment if you don't.
Yeah, I got a D my first time through calculus, and they said, no, that don't count. Take it again.
I mean, where I remember.
Are
we
you
were
in all the way,
talking-
Kruger? I'll reshare the rewards if you are.
I'm in, yeah.
I couldn't tell. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Bio.
We need a broker.
We we are making our way back to because we're currently the Hobgoblin camp, right? It's been
No, you are currently floating above Jatham's
Yes, right.
Jatham village. You guys went back up, getting ready to leave. Then you're talking about hiring some cats as crew.
Right. Okay. So we're making our way back towards Hildford.
Making your way.
Not directly. Anyway, we'll talk
And
about that.
Kruger mentioned about stopping at the monastery on the way by.
So I'm thinking an extra hero point. That's about the only thing I can.
That was a very long explanation to do the thing we do every session.
I know. I'm not really thinking it.
Yes, see, yes, and carry these two, take the square root and the inverse. Yes, we should take a hero point.
Did,
See,
did we want more?
I like to show my work.
I don't know if we have the votes to do +1 hero point this session. Does anybody else want anything else special?
Gagner wants a broker.
Because we were only at 13 because we spent a lot last time around, and we should be getting a lot of alchemical items or something this turn.
Wait a second.
Nope.
No, that was last time.
Yeah.
Because we got a bunch of shit already. They're
Yeah.
currently in my bags, and I have to look at them for 3 levels, which is cool. I like looking at things. But does Galgrim know the situation? Like
My parents are gone on a week's vacation. They left the keys to the brand new board.
I'm gonna assume not, because he wasn't here last time, and I don't think anyone. I don't know if anyone filled in Mystic, but we'll probably cover that during the recap.
Yep.
But
Is that not where we're at?
No, we're at spending points. Then we do the recap.
But the only other thing I could think of at the moment is maybe the extra life hero points for. No, we've already done that. Like
Two you already have one.
Because I already know I have one.
I think Raz and Zakara have them.
Okay, she's already got one.
Sounds
There we
right.
go. Never mind.
They should be in your inventory. Also, in your inventory for 4 of you is your galvanic chews.
Yeah.
It should be under your consumables.
I already forgot what this does.
Well, click on the dragon
another
symbol, and it'll tell you.
goddamn reaction.
Yep. You don't have enough.
Nothing wrong
It's
with
electric.
variety, crew guy. I know a lot of options fry your brain, but
It's electric.
that's why we're doing 1 or 2 at a time.
I just throw it in Galgrim's mouth as soon as he shows up again.
No.
Yeah, my melee attack is the trigger though, so you're good with that.
Yeah, I literally have a reaction. That's the same exact thing.
Aww.
Actually, it's not even that. It's take damage.
Aww. Poor widow orc has too much stuff to do.
So you're saying I need to come up with a spell that gives you multiple reactions. Got it. So you can do both.
Alright, you guys buy anything else besides hero points?
Did we want more mudwings since they're all gone?
The
Why
level
would we need
2
those?
alchemical stuff is on the table. I think they need those talismans you want to make them, Zakara. The airborne ranger drop attack, invisibility, and featherfall.
What about
It is an even session, so. Don't everyone talk at once.
I mean, I'd be fine with it, and they're useful for those who don't climb well.
We can always hand them to each other too if we need, to in a situation.
Gives an option for those who find themselves, because I can't help but notice the small people end up in the air a lot when something can fly. So it's nice to also have something for that.
Maybe don't get hit.
I mean, you can't guarantee that one. I'm looking at Glizzic right now. I know you can't tell.
But
He gets swept up into the sky. I'm invincible.
I'm just excited about the crater I'm gonna make when I fall. Never seen a god fall from heaven, have you?
See, Glizzic's just
You ready to see my superhero pose?
Glizzic is everything we aspire to be. Just chill and happy no matter what's going on. It's like, this is fine. This will probably work out. I'm not gonna die, so.
Flashbacks to the Wyvern fight.
All right,
I'm
anything
fine.
else, or
I'm fine with Mudwings and a hero point if everyone else is.
I'm good with whatever.
I'm fine with that.
all right, Mudwings for all. Next session, Galgrim will actually get his first item from the bonus stuff.
Ooh.
Alrighty. Who would like to volunteer for the recap? No, he wasn't here.
Do we get a hero point for it?
Nope.
Fuck that roll.
Speaking of which, you guys can all have a total of 2 hero points on your characters.
Yeah.
Not on your companions / familiars.
Fine, mine's
That's
dead.
funny. Since I didn't use any last time, I still have 2 listed.
Alright, if no one's on a volunteer, I'll roll a 4-sider.
Wait, can I roll a 4-sider?
No.
I wasn't here.
Alrighty. I got a Raz.
Yeah. Last time, we had wrapped up our business at the Wyvern area, popped out a ship, finished inspecting it, and then we made plans to head on over to the Hobgoblin camp to see if we could recruit / coerce some goblinoids into our service. Some
Enslave.
Enslave is a word to use. I'm sure Kruger would probably be fine with it. So first we had to figure out how to get the ship to work. We decided that I would give it a go. Kind of fit Raz's wheelhouse, although Glizzic would also be a good backup in case I can't drive. We found out.
But then who protects the crystal?
Yeah,
The
right.
goblins.
We got.
Kruger's about to take up puppet.
We finished our tour in which Raz explained to Kruger, in simple orc terms, that there is a power crystal on the boat that keeps it afloat, and in that room, basically, if this crystal goes out, we fall out of the sky. So it's kind of an important part of the ship, the literal fantasy reactor. So Kruger had ordered the goblins that are following along with us from the Hobgoblin camp to stay the hell out of it, or he would do terrible, nasty things to them. We went up to topside, figured out that, the wheel to drive the boat is probably also a bad thing to just arbitrarily fuck with. So they weren't allowed to touch that either. And
That's a lie.
Because it's more than just the wheel, by the way. There's a whole control console and shit up there, levers and whatnot. If we're flying upside down, something has gone terribly wrong. We took off with some checks from Razavir. It was a little bumpy to start. Learning a new vehicle is always a little tricky, especially when it flies. Glizzic lost his lunch. He pretty much threw up on the crystal. But we had made our way to the Hobgoblin camp, and over the course of the venture, the goblins were just kind of doing whatever. We're basically running at skeleton crew capacity at best. We made it to the camp. Kruger and it was Glizzik, right? Just those two went down to check out the camp, see what had happened while we were gone, see if the hobgoblins had returned. The goblins, once they left, kept trying to go back and forth between the crystal and the controls, though Zakara was guarding the crystal, and Razavir and Rebecca were guarding the wheel, waiting for the others to return. And after they tried a few different times to see if, we were bad guards, they kind of gathered up on the deck and were whispering in hushed tones and get very conspirator vibes from it. Kruga and Glizzik came back pretty much during their little powwow, so they kind of dispersed from there when they noticed they were coming back up. Razavir informed Glizzik and Kruga that the goblins might, if they're not around, might be thinking to do some things they're not supposed to be doing while the cat is away, so to speak. Kruger didn't take kindly to even the possibility of conspiracy and found the goblins and killed one of them outright just to send a message. Threw her body over. The rest of the goblins just freaking scattered.
Murdered.
Just panic moded. And we didn't really know where they were for the time it took us to get to the Catfolk village. We stayed the night at the Hobgoblin camp, if I remember correctly, and then made our way to the Catfolk village the next day. And while they were down there at the Catfolk village, was it Kruga and Zakara? So Raz and Glizzik were on guard duty this time. The goblins kind of sort of started coming out. They seemed a little cowed at the moment, though one of them was missing. Apparently he bailed once we kind of parked at the Catfolk village, or at some point, maybe even before that. He was like, fuck this, I'm out. So the other goblins say. But we haven't seen signs of, Boblin, was it the one that ran away?
Boblin ran.
Lin was the one that Kruga killed to make an example of, because she seemed to be the one kind of leading the posse.
Boblin has disappeared, yes. No one's seen him since Lyndon's death.
No. So past Lyndon worked literally the last
invisibility.
The two went down to the Catfolk village, where they learned some interesting things. Least of all, that the Catfolk did go to the Hobgoblin camp after we cleared it out. They took the dragon body. We didn't find it there, by the way. We kind of made use of some of the supplies there, because Kruger was curious who the hell was back here when we were gone, and it was the Catfolk. There's been no sign of the Hobgoblins since. We also learned that there are a lot of refugees coming from the south, going north. So from Hildford to the freaking town that we didn't go to, the dwarf.
Flintlock.
Yeah, Flintlock. And,
I can remember that though.
But apparently, a lot of people are fleeing Hildford because it is, according to some of them, overrun with the undead. So while we were gone, some shit's been going down in Hildford.
Yep, only happened after we left.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with why we were there.
Great timing. We left before that happened.
So we essentially ended the session, to my knowledge anyway, back on the boat, revealing this information to one another and kind of coming up with a plan here, because we're still intending to go to at least check out Hildford, just not with the boat, since, it's a big fancy town and probably has like fucking ballistas or catapults, and if it's controlled by people who want visitors, probably don't want to get our boat shot down on like the third day we have it.
As catapults, I'm not worried. It's all about the trebuchets.
So that's more or less it. You're up to speed now, Galgrim.
Mystic says, back.
What I miss?
Can you say it again?
You're up to speed now, Galgrim. Snaps back to attention. Oh shit. Yeah. Yes, quite. Yeah, I can.
Interesting. So it is mid-afternoon on the 8th of Harvester. You guys just came back up from the Catfolk village. Zakara and Kruga told the group the news about what they've heard about the undead. You guys were getting ready to leave. Then you kind of thinking, well, maybe we should see about crew. You talked about hiring crew. We discussed that a little bit.
I think I was getting ready for work at this point. Wait, I didn't even work last week. What the hell am I on about?
Drugs.
It is Oregon.
We skipped last week.
Jealous.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Right.
I was camping. So, are you guys heading south to go to the monastery, or head to Hildfor, or what's the plan?
I think the monastery was the plan, right? Because they're
Yeah.
closer, and if they've probably heard about this whole refugee situation and might know a bit more than some reclusive catfolk. Yeah, that's the plan. Did we actually pick up any catfolk?
You
We,
have not done that.
I think we were waiting to figure out how much crew we actually needed to run the ship 24/7 versus shifts.
It was a whole freaking like 30-minute discussion about that. 24-hour operations, Zargan. What's the verdict?
Well, for a shift, you need 1 pilot and 5 crew. So you would need that times 3 to run 24.
I'm assuming we only want like 24 hours if we're on the boat. We probably don't need it if we're not on the boat because we're probably going to be parked or something.
I have also decided where the crew work. If you pull up the combat tracker, which the boat is on the combat tracker, of course, because where else would the boat be? Just because they haven't put weapons on it, don't mean you're not gonna. I already know that.
What? Us put guns on a vehicle? Never.
Well, in fairness, Ishi's not here, so I mean, it's not going to be a top priority.
Cannon. I want cannon on the ship.
Uh huh. So basically, of the 5 crew members, 4 of them are on the top deck with where the pilot is, and they're like pulling, they're like working like sails / wings and so forth to help the ship fly properly. And then the 5th person, crew member, is in the crystal room tending to the sky gem.
Oh, so the canary. If something goes bad, the first person down there probably dies, and there's the early warning system.
And for every crew you do not have, the difficulty of the pilot check goes up by 1.
Mm.
By the way, just so Galgrim's aware, it's already a pretty hard check even for Raz and Glizik, who are basically capped on that associated skill.
Well, the item, I think, is a level 12 item.
Yeah, it's like DC 32. Like, there's a pretty good chance we fail this roll.
What's the roll you use for it?
It's in the combat tracker.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. If you were looking at it,
I mean,
right on the main page.
I mean, I'm looking. I see it in the combat tracker. I don't know what that's supposed to tell me, other than
It doesn't. You don't see the under. You don't see like the piloting stuff.
Nah.
Nope. It says usurper's reward. That gives
Oh,
us 50
really?
points.
Yep.
That's it. It
Huh.
has no statuses, our ship.
Oh, I thought you guys could see it.
Yeah, it was.
It is.
Crafting, occult.
Nope. It is Arcana, crafting, nature, or pilot lore.
That's right. Yeah, Glizik's on this. Yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, I don't know if what your nature value is, but the DC's 32 to do anything like. Although Zargan, in fairness, that once we kind of get a feel for it, routine shit probably won't be an arbitrary check, just under duress.
And it was like without item bonus stuff as well too, like our crafting, like eyepiece or whatever didn't count.
All those things specifically say like towards crafting.
Correct. Yeah.
We just need some pilot goggle equivalent.
Well, just because if he has something for nature that he wants to try and use, I'd just say he's aware.
Well, if it's a bonus to nature checks, then it would work. If it's a bonus checks to nature for finding like plants, then no.
Right.
Yeah. Right now, me and Glizik are basically equal. I'm just taking the helm just because Raz likes the toy. But if anything would have happened,
and I was
me,
on the crystal.
Yeah, Glizik has Glizik's just as good at it as I am. So we have a backup. And I don't know what your bonus is, but you're probably the next highest.
I mean, my nature bonus is plus 19, so.
Yeah, you're on par then.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind going to the monastery. It's on the way.
Yes. And no offense to your people, Zakara, but They're very tucked away and probably don't know what the fuck's going on.
We don't have to fill the entire crew out of cat people. It'd be nice to get one shift at least, though.
Yeah, do we know how much we're going to be able to pull out of the village if we, like,
Oh, that was the other thing. We never discussed prices for crew.
Well, it would depend on whether you want unskilled or skilled. Although, to be honest, for this, they will most likely be unskilled. Because there's not many boaters up here in Jatham.
What?
I know, it's hard to believe, but...
I mean,
Landlocked village.
They have a river. I mean, they have rafts, maybe.
kind of need we just need hands on deck, really, at this point to fill, butts and seats and make sure that the crystal's guarded by having someone in there. So I think we wanted to make sure that at least one or two of them knew how the ones who would be guarding the crystals could at least handle a weapon, if we could, right? Because these curious ass goblins are taken care of for the time being, but we already know if we leave them alone, they're gonna try again.
I believe the qualifications we were looking for was able to kill a goblin.
Yes, I remember that specifically.
Specifically, that was the test.
Does it matter which goblin? We got 4 on board.
I mean, if they have the capacity to kill Glizzic, then all the better. That means I don't have to worry about the rest of the goblins.
You should test it.
Yeah, if they've got the ability to kill Glizzic, it solves multiple problems with one stone.
We're gonna go through a lot of cat folk if this is the case, guys.
Everybody dogpile. Wait a minute.
You guys can definitely get 5 unskilled workers here.
Sounds
Okay.
good. It's still not as much as we want, but it's a start.
We take more than that, we're gonna depopulate our town. There's only like 30 of them here. Right?
No, I believe we said before it's about 100 or so, roughly. Give or take. Some of them are, I don't want to say migrant, but a lot of them, are not always in the village at the time. Like some of the watch are always out and about. Stuff like that. They don't really have a consensus. They don't take, poll of how many people they have at any given time. Cats, don't believe in that bullshit. That's more like lawful and like order, and that is definitely not cats.
Wow.
I lean towards Galgrim. Civilization.
Cats are a bit more chaotic. But so you can definitely get 5. I won't even make you roll.
All right, since they're unskilled, there's on par with like the porters we had back on the island.
Kind of.
We got food for them right now still.
Yeah, I mean, let's 5 unskilled hirelings. Like I said, it's a start.
If water's not going to be a problem for us, just go back to Hildsfor. I'm assuming we can fill up from the river if we need to. Got some barrels on the ship or something for it. Sorry, it's the cook in me thinking.
It'll probably take you about 3 hours from where you're at to get to the monastery. You could probably get there before dark. And then from there to the town would be about half a day flying.
And flying's like twice as fast as our...
As walking. You fly at 50 feet an action where you walk at 25, some of you.
20 with Galgrim here.
Well, correct.
All that difficult terrain.
But
Unless this is different, Zargan. My math is right on that, right? Unless it's specifically for your situation here.
I mean, the months aren't all 30 days, but yeah, that's roughly, yes.
Can we
they're 1 silver each.
Party loot when we split it
per day
or something? Just like take out, say, X amount for the month or whatever to keep them paid. and then we'll split loot or something.
I figured just like upfront salary style payment would keep it.
Normally,
off.
it's you pay in arrears.
I mean,
So like
that's
every
our
week or
instinct.
two, you would give them the money that they've earned. You don't pay it ahead, but it doesn't really matter that much.
I think Zakara should pay it.
They are her people.
Oh, you want to leave without any catfolk?
Well, just one.
Just be careful that they don't do to your catfolk what they did to my goblins. I'm just saying.
They probably will.
I mean,
you know what they say? Curiosity killed the cat.
9 times. Well, the good news is we'll have mounts for them if they want to go anywhere with it. So many horses.
right, let's pick them up.
All right, you guys. Zakara goes back down. Takes her about a half hour to gather suitable people. They come up. They climb the ropes and the ladder up with the bags and stuff that they're bringing with them. You know, some clothing and shit like that. And you guys have some crew.
Pass cat, word cat, bobcat.
Bobcat was incidental, but I like it.
Cat, really?
Well, honoring Lin. Oh, wait, they already have names? I'm sorry.
We're going by naming convention. It should be folk.
Guys are horrible.
Hey, if they have names, I'm happy to hear them, Zargan. Do you have names for them?
At the moment, no.
With individual accents?
Oi, stupid goblin.
Complete backstories? Any chance of us earning extra XP developing the backstories of these catfolk?
No, they probably won't live long. I know how you guys are.
Catfolk are basically horses.
I bet we have 15 horses. That's 3 times you can leave them all to die.
Even if they weren't like horses, I mean, you guys are pretty rough on your companions. I mean, one died in combat, one died in other ways.
It's quite an odd contrast, yeah.
All I'm saying is one die in combat. That's not our fault that he's dumb. And then 2 goblins have died by 2 party members' hands. So, I mean, they're goblins who give a shit.
Noxia died at sea.
They're green goblin.
Thag died in combat.
3 goblins, but you know.
You tried to kill a god, my friend.
He's invincible. You can't kill him.
I'm invincible.
You're a loon.
I would like to have a small cabin, like a sidecar on the boat, and I want to name it Invincible. So when I'm in it, I'm invincible.
Yes, if this ship rolls a 19 or below, it hits the invincible.
All
right. You guys load up your catfolk, kind of. Zakara can show them around, and you guys head to the monastery. All right, Pilot Raz, go ahead and roll me a pilot check, or a crafting, or Arcana, or Nature, your choice.
I assume during the tour that they get that Zakara says strap the fuck in because we're about to get bumpy.
I don't know if she does that or not.
I would warn them that it's a bit of a rough takeoff. And flying.
And that's the role I'm gonna keep for the takeoff, because that's the theme. Takeoffs are bumpy. What's that +1 from?
Because you're a cheater. Probably from your eyepiece or something. All right. once again, Raz guns it at the beginning, but you're already in the air, so it's not like, up at like a 70-degree angle. He just takes off. Some of you kind of take a, have to, take a stutter step there to keep your balance, and you are off heading south over the treetops. Raz, are you staying at this level, about 50 feet up, or are you going higher?
We're going to the monastery, right? Do we have to go higher?
You do not.
We'll stay at this level then. That way, if we see anything, we can actually see something,
Okay.
If I go much higher, then we'll be hitting, like, clouds and shit, right?
No, I mean, there's not many clouds at 100, 200 feet and above ground level. Unless there's a storm or something. Most clouds are, 1,000 feet up or something like that.
50 feet up's pretty damn close to the ground. I'm going up.
You know what? 50 feet survivable for Glithic.
We're gonna go higher. We'll go higher. Then we'll get a little better view of the area. And if something happens, we're not like.
How high up would you like to go?
Easy data list.
51 feet.
Let's do 150. Yeah, let's go for it.
All right.
Okay, still survive that.
I feel like that's still survivable for most people here. And Glizzic's got some, I don't know, Featherfall or something probably.
75 damage. Oh yeah, everyone survives that. Except Glizzic.
No, I got
Except the
Featherfall.
goblins.
0.
Our safe freaking cruising altitude is determined by party.
Well, I sure hope we level soon so we can go higher.
Yeah, we'll go 150. That'll give us a better
All right.
view. 50 feet's like in range of anything that would want to fuck with us. So we'll go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I
All
can
right.
fireball 500, so we're okay.
I would like one person to roll me a 20-sider. Oh, someone's thrown out there. Oh, Glizzic gets a natural 20.
You're welcome.
7 red dragons come at you.
Yes, XP.
Think about all the red dragon scales we get.
Now, if we hit them out of the sky, they're going to take 150 falling damage, right?
Only 7.
No, they have a fly speed, so all they do is use their reaction, and they can stop.
Not if they're grappled.
Yeah, but if
Gust of wind, they're falling,
but if they're grappled and falling, that means whoever's grappling them is falling as well.
Yeah.
Did you forget that part?
No, because I have Defy Death, so
Oh,
take this
Kill
bad
that one
boy
minute.
further
Wait.
up.
So, with 3 feet left to go, I let go of the grapple.
Uh-huh.
Cast Featherfall.
all right. The weather is nice and clear. The sun gets the sun's to your. See, you're heading south. Sun would be to your left. Could be to the west. And nice and clear, a little bit of clouds above you, but you got a nice clear view of everything around you. You pass through, you see a few birds below you, nothing really above you or around you. It's easy to get to the monastery. You pretty much follow the river as it winds through the forest as you head south. As the trees thin and start spreading out, you guys can see what you believe is the monastery coming up, on the ground ahead of you.
Time to scare the shit out of some monks. Bring it down.
How low are you going?
How far do our ladders reach?
Your ladders are like 20 feet.
So
We got ropes.
Yeah, only the length of the. Got it.
I mean, we can tie 2 ropes together and easily make 100 feet.
Only the length of the got it? What?
I cast.
Go ahead.
As I said, I can cast no direction as we're driving along, just so we can kind of keep a.
Yeah, I know. I know you still have that.
Do you want to put 2 ropes together, or do you want to go down lower?
I mean, I'm fine with landing it, especially if we might stay here a little bit.
I mean, this is quote unquote safe area because they know us a little bit.
Yeah, Yeah, there's no detriment to landing and taking off. It's not like we're consuming fuel that I know of. So yeah, we'll land it.
Can any
Alright.
like do a perception check to see if we see anybody watching us coming in, like the kids did last time? When we explored together?
You cannot. You are in the gem room. Raz
That's
cannot.
fine.
He's in the middle of the deck. But anyone else who would like to be on deck can roll one.
Whenever we come into a location, I'm just going forward. Typically, I'll have Kruga and whoever's not guarding the crystal room called for, just so that they're up here.
I figure when we're on the boat, at least currently, Kruga's kind of like directing people on the deck. Like it's like, oh, you do.
Oh, are you what?
Hoist
You think
the
you,
mainsail.
are you the captain?
No, I'm the person who shouts after the captain.
Oh,
But the captain's not shouting anything because he doesn't know shit about rowing a boat. So
That's why.
oh,
That's why the captain delegates.
the pilot isn't. Pilot is rarely the, and pilot's not always the captain. He's the
Yeah, I was
pilot.
either.
and I'm the captain.
Usually, at least in in real times back in like 17, 1800s and that when they were doing that shit, the captain almost never steered the ship.
Yeah, I'm telling everyone like what to do since I'm the presumably the only person with boating experience.
All right. As you guys are coming down, Kruga, you are kind of looking over the side, over the railings and that, looking down. You guys you kind of direct Rash to a open space near the monastery. You do pass over the monastery as you're going to, so your shadow like goes down on them. You do see 4 figures in like the main courtyard training. One looks up, and just as soon as they look up, they kind of catch themselves and start looking back. And it looks like whoever was training them just steps forward and just pounds the hell out of them with 2 quick jabs to their face, dropping them. And then you guys kind of go down and land.
Wait, get distracted.
Exactly.
Idiot.
All right, you guys are down.
It's pointing over the edge out.
Well, you're not actually on the ground. You're about 20 feet off it, but
I'll hop down and head toward the entrance of the monastery.
anyone else going with them?
I mean, we got the catfolk to guard now, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll have the catfolk guard, and I mean Rebecca will stay as well. I trust her more than random catfolk anyway. I'll have her assist whatever catfolk is guarding the crystal room for the time
Okay.
being. Just to kind of disperse some workmen here, and then a couple of catfolk near the wheel, just to make sure no goblins get crazy if they only ever see catfolk. But yeah, we'll leave guards, and I'll go with them.
Anyone else?
I'll go with.
Okay.
All right, everyone's going then. All right.
We do warn the catfolk about the goblins roaming on the ship.
Okay.
If we
I
can't
mean,
find the goblins,
they've seen them. They've been around. 3 of them have been. You're not sure where the 4th one is. Kruga throws the rope ladder over the side and starts going down. You guys all kind of follow with them. Hop like the last foot off the rope ladder, start hiking to the monastery. As you guys kind of come in through the outer wall where the open gate and stuff is, you see the 3 students kind of being dismissed, and the gentleman turns around. It's Guy, and he looks over. He kind of bows a little bit to you guys. Welcome. What can I do for you today? It's not quite dark yet.
Have you had any travelers coming up from the south in recent days?
He kind of looks at you, says, "We should speak inside." And he motions you guys into his little hut.
I'll go in and follow.
Does everyone go in?
We can all fit in the hut.
Oh yeah.
It's not a tiny hut.
It is not. You guys all go in. He walks up there, he takes his sandals off and walks in. Kruger comes up behind him, takes his sandals off and walk in. You guys walking in?
Walking in, but I'm not sure if I have any, like, I probably have big winter boots, I guess. I'll take them off just like they did.
Okay.
I don't know how much cleaner my feet are than the boots, but yeah.
Everyone else just walking in or what?
Walking in.
Yep, run in with the group.
Galgrim?
Same.
All right. You guys walk in. He kind of sits down, motions for you to sit around. He glares at Zakara, Galgrim, and Raz. Looks at them, glares, looks at their feet, looks back at them. Turns back to Kruger. It appears some of your companions are not as cultured as you.
They excel in other ways, so I will forgive them this trouble.
I shall forgive them this once. Next time it'll.
Kruger's cultured.
Next time it'll be an example. Most of you guys sit down. He offers you tea. And that's it. Goes, you have asked about visitors.
Or even travelers going nearby.
Yes, we have seen some, and they had disturbing news. So I sent one of my students south. And they came back a few days later with more disturbing news. Apparently, the human city, well, he probably wouldn't say it that because he's human. The city of Hilfor, to the south of us, has indeed fallen to a horde of undead. The gates are manned by undead, and they patrol the walls. But at least when my apprentice was there, they heard some fighting from within side. So I am assuming that there may still be some fighting with the undead and maybe the city watch or such. And the Duke's flag still flies over the keep. So I'm assuming they still hold part of the city. And of more interest to you, Kruger, I have another visitor. He may prove useful to you.
Someone more useful than giving me information about a city I intend to return to.
Yes, I believe you may wish to challenge him. If you wish, after we speak, I can introduce you to him.
I do need to increase my powers, so it seems natural that I would defeat someone who stands in my way of that.
Oh, we will see. But that is really the only news we know, other than, we have seen refugees fleeing north. Surprisingly, only a day or two behind when you guys arrived. And haven't seen any for a day or two, and the few that would speak with us mentioned that, the city was overrun, they managed to escape, or they lived outside in one of the villages. But when my apprentice went, the gates were shut and apparently locked. They do not know. And undead skeletons and some kind of shambling corpses are on the walls. So they came back and told me this. Are you sure you wish to go there?
I have need of things that exist within that city. Even the undead will not stop me from obtaining it.
I understand. Speaking of things you might need or have, where did you get that ship that flies? You did not have that last time.
It is spoils from finding a place forgotten by time. It is my ship, the usurper's reward.
Interesting name. Do you fancy yourself a usurper?
I do not have power, and I will have power. What else does that make me?
Good point. Did you have any other questions?
I'll kind of look to the group and see if anybody has anything else to mention.
Just reminder that we'd probably like to talk to the guy that had gone your scout that you had sent down to Hills for. And we do have openings in our crew. If anybody from the refugees has any knowledge of sailing, maybe.
Oh, the refugees are not here. They just passed by.
Okay. I didn't know if you were, helping to house or feed any of them still currently.
No. If you wish to speak to the apprentice that went, you may have certainly do. It is Torah. The cat folk.
Torah. Sorry.
I heard you.
So what's Guy's title now that I've beaten him?
Little bitch.
He does not have one.
Okay.
He's just a guy.
Yeah. He wears a red shirt.
That's all that they'll let him be. Put him on the ship.
Nope. He is happy where he's at, and he will stay there.
So what of this person that I should meet before I leave?
Ah, of course. He kind of stands up. If you want to come with me, he is in my guest quarters. He gets up and heads back out, putting his sandals on.
I'll kind of look to the group and say, we may be staying here until early next morning. And then I'll kind of walk out and follow Guy.
I don't even say anything, but I assume that Kruger means for me to come with him because I'm the manager for all fighting. So I just start walking with him quietly behind him. He may not even notice I'm there.
All right. Anyone else going, or are you guys staying in the hut drinking your tea?
I mean, I'll go with him. I'd rather watch a fight than,
All right. Galgan gets up and follows.
I definitely noticed.
Not very good at being stealthy.
So Raz and Zakara stay inside?
I'll leave the hut, but I'll wait for them to come outside for the fight.
Okay.
Sorry, I was refilling my drink. Yeah, I'll hang out with Zakara.
Okay. So everyone gets up and Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if it's like last time, they're probably gonna make a ceremony of it, so it won't be like an immediate fight right now, though. I would think.
So everyone gets up, follows Kruga and Guy out. They go out to the little, the little monastery area, head over to the right. Goes up and Guy like knocks on the door and then opens it. And he and Kruga and Glizik and Galgrim go in. Zakar and Raz are kind of standing on the porch. Those who went inside, it's a small area, so you guys pretty much almost filled the whole area. There's like a small bed in there, like a single bed. And sitting on it, looking up and just standing up, is a creature about 3 foot tall. It looks like a rat. With little sharp teeth, a tail, claws, everything. He kind of, as Guy comes in, he kind of like bows to Guy. Then he sees Kruga, kind of like, looks up, because, Kruga's like twice his height. And Guy goes, Kruga, Master Kruga, this is Advanced Master Razik Toothpuller. He is visiting from Tolgara.
When I look at him, do I notice the symbol of the monk order that he's a part of?
You don't see one.
Okay. I will walk up to him, be like 5-10 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
You're
that now.
What's that?
You're that far now.
Okay. I will bow to him and wait for him to say something.
He doesn't. He kind of just bows back, not as low, of course.
And I will say, my name is Master Kruga. I have defeated Guy in 1-to-1 combat, Slayer of Dragons. Obtained a flying ship, which is unheard of in our age. And I challenge you to Ritus Provocare.
He kind of looks at you, has to look up to do so. Kind of thinks about it. I accept. We shall begin in the morning.
That we shall.
Then with your not encounter, but your challenge accepted, you kind of bow back, and you and Glizik and Guy leave. I want pizza. Zakar and Raz, the group's in there maybe 5 minutes, if that. Then they come back out.
I spent the time just scoping the area and seeing if there's a place to set up this tower if we're going to be staying the night.
You can set up not like in the monastery area, but if you went out like where the ship is, you can set it up out there.
Okay.
There's enough of a clearing there.
Well,
I
yeah,
know this isn't happening, but I should polymorph Kruga into a turtle. So we can fight Splinter.
I hate you. I hate you all.
Hey, I get one good joke every like 6 months. Let me have it.
Yeah, but you're only here twice every 6 months, so.
Back, what did I miss?
A Master Splinter Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle joke.
Oh, nice. Hey, you want to bet on the fight, Galvin?
I was gonna fucking ask you that.
Oh, okay. Who do you want?
I don't know. Who do you want?
Wow.
I'm ready to bet. I don't know who.
Right as you guys are walking in there, Glizik and Galgrim are talking about betting, and neither one is anxious to take Kruga. Wow.
No, I'm kind of floored that you don't want to, go with the guy that you're all buddy with, that you're actually going to take the little guy who's like my size.
Who said I'm buddy with Kruger?
So you have been lately. I mean, when we were on the island, you guys were at each other's throats
To be
all
fair,
the time.
it would be
You've
funny
been
as
a lot.
shit to see Kruger get his ass kicked by a mouse, so...
I mean, after all, Galgrim hasn't sworn allegiance to Kruger either, like the rest of you puppets have.
That's true, I have not.
Think about it. I got plenty of money. Yeah, I know you got some IOUs you got to take care of still, but just make sure you have coin.
People owe me things. I don't owe anybody anything.
Right. So I mean, you know, if you have a slip of paper, I'm not going to take that. I want actual coin.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I have actual coin. I think.
Do you now? How much do you have on you?
That's for me to know. You did not know.
Also, just a side, Mystic. Was Barney in the room with us?
Of course he was with us.
I was imagining us going to a little 5-foot cell with all these people, and then the bear squeezes it.
He's probably sitting outside, like, peeking around the corner.
Anything else you guys would like to do this evening before we start passing the night?
What? You said it's...
It is evening now. It was mid-afternoon when you were at your village, and then you flew a couple hours south, so it is starting to be evening now. And the ritual won't even start until the morning.
Yeah, I don't fancy an idea of going to Hildfort in the dark.
Yeah, we could use the evening to do a little work anyway. Yeah,
Do a little cooking. Have a meal.
make our way back to the ship then. If we're going to be staying for the evening, then we won't need to take up their room at least. We got a boat and we have a tower that we'll probably actually use for the first time tonight.
We can tie up the boat to the top of the tower.
Could put the tower on the boat, even though Zargan shot
No.
times already.
Once. We can do it once.
And then you lose a tower and a boat.
But it can be done. Maybe have a boat with a big hole in it.
All right. Yeah. When we go back to the boat, I'll probably aim to set this thing up like adjacent to the boat. Not
Okay.
Magic, but yeah. Let's test this thing out because if we gotta pass an evening, then I can get some work done, right? Because we're here like halfway through a day of travel. We have the whole evening and night, right?
It is like 5-6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's plenty of time. So fuck it. Let's see what the tower's got for us. But when we get back to the boat first, before I do that, I just want to make sure nothing's on fire.
If the tower actually does have a bathtub, I'd like to use the soap I've been carrying with me the entire trip to actually take a bath.
I understand all of those words individually. Maybe it's just your accent or something that is making this.
Does the tower have a tub and hot water?
We'll find out.
Okay, hot tub scene.
Hot tub scene.
All right.
Yeah. What after the if we make, I assume the ship is fine and nothing's
Yep.
been destroyed. Then yeah, I'll pick a nice little open clear area near the boat and set up what is starting to look like a freaking small freaking town.
All right. You put the little, chess piece down. Walk your like 30 feet away. You mutter a command word, and the tower just goes growing up and out. Takes about, what is it, a minute or is it 10 minutes?
Activate 10-minute command.
10 minutes. Rumbling and stuff as it's moving across the ground and growing up there. 10 minutes goes by and the tower's there. In all its glory.
So it grows over the course of the 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Just anybody looking over just sees this freaking little gaming piece-sized tower-looking thing just basically growing like a supernatural weed into this massive, just wizard tower-looking thing.
Yep. I mean, they see you put something down. They can't, out on the grass and stuff, can't really see what it is. and then slowly it gets bigger, and then it starts coming. Looks like it maintains like its dimensions that the entire time. So it looks like a small, real small, like little kid's tower, like a toy. Then gets bigger and bigger until finally it is 80 feet high and 30 foot in diameter, with a peaked wooden roof.
Neat.
And there's a wooden door on the second floor with wooden stairs kind of going around the outside of the tower to it.
Since we got plenty of cat folk, I just saw that naughty in the Discord. In reverse. Yeah, with the cat folk guarding, I'll kind of snatch up Rebecca, and we're gonna go take a look at this big magic tower. 6 floors, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, if anyone else is coming in with me, that's fine. But I'm going in. I ain't waiting.
All right. You go up there. It's pretty much like the description is. You come in on the second floor. It's like a big hall for like audiences. There's like couches and comfy chairs and such. There is one big, like, I don't want to say a throne, but there is one large comfy chair than other ones, like a little bit like little lesser comfy chairs and such around.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third and fourth floor are like rooms for like living rooms and so forth.
Pretty standard.
Yep, and the top 2 are for yourself, including an alchemy lab.
Is the alchemy lab on the top floor? Because I know it's also
Sure.
on the top floor that you go to pack the tower up.
Yep.
Okay. So are the rooms, are they spread around like a central? I know the stairs kind of spiral around, but are the rooms on those floors on the outside, like the?
Yeah, the stairs go up the center, and it's spiral up the center, and each floor is kind of like a pie.
Gotcha. With like
and then there's several rooms on each floor.
And then the top floor, since there don't need to be any stairs, would be the perfect place.
Correct.
Got it. Yeah, we'll be touring it all. Make it up to the top, see the already installed alchemy lab. Definitely probably spend a little too much time at that point before definitely claim one of the rooms at the top there. Easy access.
Well, there's a master bedroom up top for the tower owner.
Unfortunately, you can't like climb onto the mattress because you're too short.
But there's a nice little step stool for him.
Then I'll so I assume it's just me and Rebecca here at the moment. Is there a bathtub? Because I know Glizzik's gonna ask.
Yes, on one of the well, you have one up in your area, and there's one down in one of the guest room areas too.
Okay, we'll make our way back down and let folks know that the tower's here for folks to use. Top floor is pretty much where I'm going to be setting up shop because it's got the lab. If anything catches on fire, I can respond to that quickly. On top of also being how you put the tower away. And yeah, that's about it. We've got a shelter for the night.
It does not have like running water and all that fancy stuff. This is just a tower. It's not Lehman's secret hut or nothing like that spell.
You're gonna bring your own bath water up 6 flights
Yep.
of stairs, Glizzik.
May have. At least I can warm it.
And with that,
And then you'll have a jacuzzi.
I will busy myself the rest of the evening going over and trying to make sense of the the map. We're gonna start with the map.
The map.
Your map, the unknown map. Yeah. That's it.
Can I work
No.
on trying to transfer my rune again? Resiliency.
I mean, you don't really have enough time. It's not like you have an 8-hour shift to do this stuff. you'd have a couple hours to work on it. But you also know that if this follows the same fight as when Kruger fought Guy, tomorrow is a day of preparation. Then the following day is when they fight. So you'd have like all day tomorrow if you wanted to do something like that.
Part of today and then a full day then.
Correct.
If it follows the same thing.
Correct.
Okay.
So you can definitely start it tonight, but you won't be able to finish it. Then you should have time tomorrow to finish.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just work on it a little tonight.
Glizzik, anything you want to do? Are you going into the tower or are you staying on the ship, Glizzik?
Tower, bath. I may do like personal blizzard or cleaning ice to get some water going, and then just like melt it into the tub, produce fire or something like that.
Okay.
And then I'll just fix us a nice little dinner and stuff like that.
Okay.
Out of whatever we have left over from bits and bobs on the way, whether it's wyvern meat or whatever.
There are like cooking utensils and all that stuff here. Just no food or nothing like that. There is a servant room that has like a kitchen.
So something simple, guys, we're gonna have for dinner, but might still be a little bit of human from the Grineck fight.
What about you, Galgrim? What would you like to do this evening, the rest of the evening? Galgrim?
Honestly, I don't even know. There's really not that much I can do with a downtime day.
Okay. Well, it's not even a... Yeah, okay.
I mean, we're not in a town, so I can't go, like, do earned income for doing nature
Correct.
shit.
Well, Glizzik might pay you if you want to haul water for him.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'll go wander around and explore the wilderness nearby, recenter myself with nature.
Okay. All right. Night goes by, evening goes by. You guys, Glizzik makes a let's see. Go ahead and roll me a cooking skill there, Glizzik. Let's see how well you cook.
I'd be staying in the monastery, by the way.
Not bad.
Ooh, nice.
All right, Glizzik takes some leftover unknown quality meat, some iron rations, and so forth, and mixes up a decent stew. There's plenty for everyone. Even the cat folk will come down in shifts and get some, or you guys take it up to them. Either way, you would like to do that. Same with the goblins. He does make plenty in his cauldron. Then you guys finish working on what you've working on, and then everyone kind of nods off to sleep. Is there going to be a watch tonight?
They'll kind of need to be at some point. It's easy enough to do. Between the 5 cat folk, we can make up for Kruger not being aboard the vessel. So yeah, we'll set up a watch. Those who are awake can just kind of watch both the boat as normal and kind of keep an eye on the tower as well.
Alrighty.
Since there's a big freaking the floor, the entrance to the tower is on the 2nd story, so
Yep.
you'd have to go up the freaking stairs to even get to it.
Alrighty. The night goes by uneventful. You guys wake up in the morning and kind of come out of your tower. Kruga's like meditating in the monastery and getting ready to start his ritual. Really, Raz?
I'll take a ration.
All right.
I will use my survival stuff to just go feed myself.
Okay. Some roots and
Blizzard's
berries.
been eating leftovers for a while.
I mean,
All
it's
right.
baby this people. How many leftovers can be left?
No, I mean we had tons of iron rations and stuff I could use
Yeah.
for meat. It doesn't have to be bad. 38 was a good cooking roll.
It is.
I mean, the big reason I didn't is just because I'm more interested in what's up here with this map.
Mine was
The
more
map,
of a-
yeah.
Literally, someone will come up and say, "Dinner's ready." Be like, "That's cool. I got. I'm fine." I already told Rebecca about what Glizzik uses in his stuff. That's her call.
All right. As Kruger gets up and heads off with Razik to the ritual combat area to prepare it for the day. Raz is going to continue working his map. Sakara is going to work on her rune. Glizzik and Galgrim, you have a day to do something. What would you like to do?
I guess just go wander around out there again. Maybe see if there's any like more traveling people from the city that I run into. Get some like gather info.
Okay.
You might see him better from the air. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, I can only fly.
You should take the airship. I think is what he's saying.
Yeah, I can only fly for a minute, buddy.
Oh, wow, that's why you use all your slots, huh? Okay.
Yes, exactly why I used all my slots.
I just figured you'd be able to see better from up there. That's all.
I can turn into a spider and climb up a tree, and
Or we have this tower. Just go with me on this. I mean, you could see them from there and then come down and go talk to them. Just figured it would be a better view.
Yeah, but I can also go wander and like maybe I don't know, gather materials for Raz or something. Oh yeah, can I do that? Can I go forage for like alchemical materials, Zargan?
No.
Like herbal medicinal stuff, maybe.
Yeah, we're not in the wilderness.
You are in there is woods and such here.
We pillaged the garden of the monastery.
You know what? If you want to spend your day doing that, yeah, I'll give you a roll.
I was gonna say,
But-
with my survival and all of my
Well-
wilderness,
You need to decide if you want to do like magical stuff, like for magic items, or you want to do alchemical stuff for alchemical stuff, because that'll determine the difficulty of the roll. And Zakara, your camera went off.
my thought was alchemical because it seems more fitting for like I'm gonna go find this like, oh hey, this thistle Raz can use for X Y Z.
Yeah, but you can also do stuff like that. See, stuff for like potions and stuff too.
Yeah, fair enough.
She said burp, by the way. Be right back.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
I'll pop upstairs and ask Raz what he wants me to do. Look for.
All right, you go up the 6 flights of stairs, pop up, and him and Rebecca are definitely in the lab, still poring over this map, talking a lot of shop about ancient Mid-Syria, because I assume that map is like
Oh yeah, it is.
A lot of parchment.
Even the terrain, like on the map, is different than what like if you pull out your overland map and this map next to it, the terrain isn't the same.
Yeah, this shit, it's looking like some freaking straight up like egghead freaking think tank looking shit up here.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well I pop my head up and go, Raz, I'm bored. I'm going out in the woods. Do you want anything?
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Sure. Are you thinking about what to bring back that I can utilize, perhaps?
Yeah. Anything you're looking for?
Some beholder eye stalks. You got any?
Let's just see. I'll kind of pull out my formula book, and I realize, given the area, we're probably not going to look for find anything too fancy. So I'll give him like a rudimentary, small list of things that are good catalysts.
Oh, sure.
For other things.
Okay.
Kind of a couple of plants that are pretty commonplace, or a couple of minerals that maybe he might find.
Yep. All right.
These things ought to be pretty universally useful. Wouldn't ask you to take the time of your day, though, if you have anything better to do.
I have nothing better to do, and I don't want to be here.
While I have you here, what do you make of this Hildford situation? I know you weren't terribly fanciful of the city to begin with, but
My cats are there, so I'd like to go back and get them.
I brought that up too at one point. I'm like, we have a couple of probably now undead cats with top collars on.
Yeah, so I'd like to go get those.
Roaming around our headquarters going, brains, brains, brains.
There was a Nex Ramus and freaking Kel'Thuzad joke in there. I'm sure.
Gerbo, I switched my subclass from Geomancer to Necromancer so I can have undead kitties.
There's a lich there's a lich archetype. I don't think
There
it
is.
starts at, like 12th level though.
Yeah, you have to have you have to be able to cast spells. It doesn't say what kind.
So you're telling me I can be a lich in 2 games?
I can
Yes.
cast spells.
Except in this game, there's actual rules for it.
Yeah, it's not like you take the archetype and now you are lit. It's like a process that feat investment represents your path or something like that.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, I'll give you a small list of stuff, and anything you bring back would be useful once we have some free time. I've got quite a bag of components here. Anything else just lightens our financial burden. Oh, that actually reminds me. I'm gonna pay you back now that I actually have money.
You have the full 150 or whatever you owe me?
No, I paid you back partial already. I already paid you 76 gold. But
Oh yeah, you owe me 49.
yeah, so I'm gonna pay you back the 49 now because
Is it in gold or is it like 4 platinum?
It's in copper, motherfucker.
1,
Hey,
2.
it's all in copper pieces because you know what? Evil. It's gonna be in gold because that's pretty much all the coin. We haven't found too much platinum. But yeah, I'm going to pay off my debt. 49 gold. I'm marking it off.
Apparently, I converted my gold pretty well.
And you know
I
what?
have a decent amount of platinum.
I'm gonna take off. This is just for you, Mystic. I'm taking off 69 gold because I'll give him a little extra.
All right, that's between you two.
Yep, for the extra.
It's just going to my pocket anyway, Bio. I mean, whatever.
For the inconvenience of having to wait so long.
Alright, sounds good.
So mark it off yours, Raz, and add it to you, Galgrim.
Added already.
And get rid of the IOU that I think you have as an item or something. Don't you?
Yep, I have it as item in here.
Yeah.
Forget it.
I'm marking it off my the empty coin slot on the coins there. I had the debts. I'm
Yep.
marking that off.
Mystic, as you come out of the tower after seeing Raz, you'll notice Glizzik is waiting for you, just sitting by a tree or whatever. And I offer to go with you when you go looking for your nature walk or whatever you want to call it.
Sure, doesn't hurt to have an extra set of eyes.
Until
Do
he
you-
takes a pair of your eyes.
Yep.
And I can take him, I'm not worried about it.
On a date. So are you looking for stuff as well, Glizzik?
Hell no. When we get far enough away, we're going to have it out finally. Figure out who's going to win.
Nice.
This nature walk. We finally get to have it out in a playful way. We're not trying to kill each other. But I want to ask questions while we have a little sparring match, if you will.
Just like the
Oh,
Galgrim
we're
Glizzik.
sparring.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you don't know that yet till he hits you in the back of the head with a rock.
Ray of Frost. Ah.
Speaking of, since it's a new day, should I have prepped spells?
Technically, yeah, you'd all have your stuff back. But it should not be a combat day that I know of.
I wouldn't be planning for a combat day.
No, just to get our slots back. I
Yeah.
memorize the same stuff if you would, you know.
Let me go ahead and activate your slots.
We got slots on the ship. How nice.
This is your guys' version of relieving all that sexual tension or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Galgrim and Glizzik go off in the woods with Bernie holding hands. Raz and Rebecca are doing unspeakable things up in the top floor of the tower. Every now and then, Zakara, you hear "woo," and then some giggling from upstairs.
I get it because they don't understand Metsier. Things.
Zakara is working on transferring the rune from Kruga's old gi to her armor. And Kruga is meditating and preparing the combat circle. Because that's what monks do, bitches.
Woo!
So first thing I want to do, Galgrim, roll me your nature.
Use the metric system.
Do I get a bonus for the?
For Glitzik distracting you?
No, for my terrain expertise forest.
Oh yeah. I'll add that in.
It's a +1, technically to survival checks, but.
All right.
Sergeant's like, yes, you can have it. You remembered you had something, so I'll give it to you. Oh, I have assurance nature too. Fuck. Oh well, too late now. I did that before I can't roll, right?
Yeah. You can't roll and then decide to use it. Correct. All right. You're gonna spend your 8 hours doing that. I wrote down whether you're successful or not. Zakara.
Do I get a bonus for Glizzy coming with and helping?
No. You're lucky I don't give you a negative. He said he wasn't helping.
Yeah, you don't know what my survival is, buddy. Trust me, you don't want my.
I was rolling nature, not survival.
Oh, I thought you were gonna survival. Oh.
Survival would be food. He's not looking for food. It would be a magic roll, and since his magic roll is nature, he rolled nature. And since you didn't want to do anything, poo-poo head, you don't get a roll.
I just want to have a roleplay session with him. That's all.
Yep. And Zakara, go ahead and make me a crafting check.
You roll point.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Alrighty, first one of the session.
Here comes the 3.
Or the
Why do you
one
curse her
last
like
time.
that?
I'm trying to uncurse her by jinxing her.
2 negatives make a positive.
Ha! It worked. Goblin ingenuity.
Alright.
It worked, and I never put the money back on from the last time, so I already paid for it.
Technically, you only have to pay if you fail. I learned that.
What? No, you still
I
have to
learned
pay
that.
for crafting, though.
Only if you fail. When you transfer a rune, you only pay when you fail. Because you're not making a rune, you're transferring it. As long as you make the roll, you don't have to pay anything. If you fail the roll, you have to pay.
So you don't have to. I could have sworn there was a cost.
I think before I was doing that, but I've done some research since then, and you don't. If the only time you pay on transferring a rune is if you fail. Now, if you make a rune, you have to pay, but you're not making one. You're just transferring because you're going from one item to another.
But there's.
Just take the extra couple bucks, and don't worry about it. All right, Razavir. I would let Rebecca help you, but she doesn't speak that nonsense language.
Yeah. At best, she might be learning a little bit of like, where's the bathroom esque stuff.
All right, Raz, roll me your lore.
Warfare?
Nope.
Lore fair.
I'll keep it.
The fuck is wizard lore?
A war with wizards? Duh.
Duh.
I knew he was a shaman.
Alrighty. Day goes by, and Glizzik and Galgrim can now RP if they would like.
Yeah. So I'm
I turn
assuming
into a bird and fly away.
Wow.
shooting stuff at each
Fireball!
other or whatever,
Fireball!
I'm gonna ask you questions. It's nothing major. Are you seriously gonna fly away, or are you gonna
No.
participate? No, the first thing that, in between us shooting blastic cantrips and stuff at each other, I'm gonna ask you if you had fun training the cat folk up in the forest in your Drudy ways.
I knew finally you bring this up.
Because yeah, one of the cat folks said there was a druid that was a dwarf that was showing her, all kinds of nature stuff at Zazel's village. You do know her real name is Zazel, right?
Sergeant, correct me if I'm wrong. That wasn't me.
How many dwarf druids do you think are in these woods? It's the same forest, man.
How drunk were you?
It was you, Galgrim.
Oh, okay.
That was during your hiatus, and not sure if you were coming back. So I ad-libbed a little bit with your backstory.
So can you explain to me in full detail what you taught her? Yeah, I'm kidding. I thought you were.
No, Zargan can. I can't.
No, I cannot.
I thought that was part of what you were doing without, doing your, walkabout nature trek. Was that you were out there trying to spread knowledge or something? Why else would you go?
To fit into my out of character, to fit in with what I actually did, that would have been just like an on the way, like I stopped for a couple of nights kind of thing.
All right, but out of character, you went home, which I didn't know about either.
Yeah, well, you guys also don't know where my home's at, so.
Wow.
In character.
Obviously, it's Hildfor, but
It is not.
But no, I want to ask questions. I'm trying to find out more about where you went and what happened. Was it okay? Did you have a good experience away from the party? What's going on? And just, nicely, but I'm being, I'm messing,
It went fine. Just went on a
details. No. Details. Less vague. More.
Yes, there are questions that may be asked later. We need details.
Let me roll this really quick, Glizzik.
Nice.
You can tell whatever the fuck I'm making up right now is made up.
Yeah, and I don't want to let you squirm away on it.
Get out the hammer and nail them down.
I mean, trees are basically masts,
wood,
right?
They are.
I have experience at this.
Oh, man.
Maeve, you tell him.
I really don't change my story. I was going on a pilgrimage.
To where?
Up in this area. Obviously,
Mecca.
I stopped and talked to the
Okay.
cat
Love you
folk
too.
and did some training with them.
Oh, so you were north. Okay. Anywhere else that you decided to stop on the way? We did a couple stops. He wasn't with us with the hobgoblins, right?
He was not.
I'll describe the whole thing. We fought a green dragon. We saved a bunch of goblins that were briefly our slaves, and then they left. Only like 5 of them are left. I'm sorry. Only like 3 of them are left. 2, possibly 3. And he's just like trying to go like, where did those goblins go? But we did save some of Zakara's family when we went to that hobgoblin camp. When we fought the green dragon, they all ran away, and Kruga was hoping that they'd come back so they could serve us, but it seems like they really didn't. So they're still running around in the wilderness somewhere. Yeah. So, but we pretty much all just about died in that green dragon fight. It was like everybody's at 1 hit point. Was how it ended. Some of us went down several times. But yeah, it was fun, exciting, dangerous as all hell. So did you see your dad or what?
You're asking that in character?
Yeah, as I'm telling you about the other stuff, I'll pop up something like that just to kind of shake and see if I can get a true answer out of you.
I have a -2 deception.
Well, because you've mentioned your family to Glizzik before, but haven't gone into details.
Have I mentioned it to you in character?
In character, a little bit, but not great details on it. That you had left your family, blah blah blah, and that you came across Barony when he was a cub.
Okay.
Was all I pretty much knew about it, but I'm still trying to fidget at that kernel of information and find out more.
I mean, you'll see that like catches me off guard. Like I said, just went and did some exploring, did some druid training, trained some people.
So you didn't see your family.
Let's just say I prefer not to talk about it right now.
You always prefer not to talk about it. Why is that? Why don't you share with me the way I share with you? I just told you about a whole adventure we had.
Because
Why
I didn't
can't
have an
you just-
adventure. Because it's not something I want to talk about.
When I want a timetable, set a date, and that you'll be okay to talk about it with me.
How long do goblins live?
So far, 10 years. I'm 10. Okay.
So
How old are you?
If I set a 60-year timeline on it, I should be safe. Got it. Okay, 60 years. I'll talk to you
No,
in
I
60
have
years.
out of character, guys. I do have charm spell. I'm just not using it yet. I'm trying to be nice. Talk to him about it first before I start using the mental stuff on him. We'll get there eventually. I want you to, if you want to be part of our newfound family, as it were.
I'm working on it. I bought the
Share
cloak.
some
I've
detail-
been making names. I've been talking to people on occasion.
I just want, if you've got problems, and we need to know about them. If
I
there's,
do not have problems other than I don't want to be... Actually, Zargan, while I was in... We never actually talked about this, so I don't know the answer to this. While I was in town visiting my parents, or looking, spying on my parents, essentially, would I have found out if I was wanted or missing or just nobody cared, or so that's something I would have looked for? And I would have been there long enough to find that stuff while I was stalking my family.
I'm typing.
Okay. Because that's something you and I never actually talked down and worked out.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. I hate doing this. You want to do another channel for 2 seconds?
No.
just whisper them.
It'll take longer to type everything out.
Yeah. So
Maybe if you type like pecking at the keyboard like a second grader.
/W space GM and then whisper him.
I know.
or just type it straight out in chat. I mean, that's fine too. No one else will mind. I mean, to be honest, that's a lot of that stuff I leave up to you. So if you want that, then you can have whatever you would like.
Yeah.
That's how I became a god.
He's a god in his own mind. Remember, if someone asks you if you're a god, what do you say, Glizzik?
You say yes. Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people worship me. We're still trading spells as we continue the conversation.
Yeah, I just... What was the question? Fuck, I forgot at this point. What about something about family?
I was just
Or
saying.
was I in trouble and
It says, is there something that I should know about that there's someone coming after you, like the Gruneck Amberjack situation for Raz? I mean, that was actually hunting him down and tried to corner us.
there's
You
no one
know?
coming after me. That's part of what I was dealing with during my while
So
I
you
went
killed
on.
him.
I did not kill them. There was nobody coming after me. I was not sure one way or the other. And I went to confirm that, and there is nobody coming after me. So
Oh.
we're fine.
So you killed them. Okay. Not a problem.
Killed nobody. Well, I didn't kill
Bernie
anybody
killed
to
him.
prevent somebody from after me.
I caught that well.
I did not kill anybody to solve a solution or a problem that did not exist.
Ray of Frost just missed you and almost hit Bernie, but didn't. As we're talking.
Bernie growls at you.
So
Are you actually throwing spells at me?
Yeah, we're just throwing cantrips back and forth lazily,
Oh,
like
okay.
you know, easy stuff, nothing huge.
You know.
Speaking of the furball over there, male or female? I never even asked. I haven't looked up the tail for Bernie.
You done trying to kill her?
Oh, it's a her.
Yes.
Bernie looks at you, Glizzik, and says in common, I can hear you.
Yeah, Bernie can speak. You can ask Bernie yourself.
You are a bad dog. Well, I mean, like, let's take that track then. And I leave Galgrim and I walk towards Bernie and start having the conversation. So, Bernie, you were with him the whole time. Then where'd he go? He doesn't want to talk to me about it.
Oh, I don't know. He had me in the little pocket dimension thing the whole time.
The whole time?
You're a
Gosh,
liar.
I would never do that to Maeve. That thing only lasts like 8 hours with the oxygen. That's horrible.
I have 3 casts of it I can do a day. I can keep her in there indefinitely.
It's like putting you in timeout. I would never do that to you. And I'm gonna glare and stick my tongue out at Galgrim as he's doing.
I wasn't always in the pocket. He let me out some.
So where'd you guys go? He doesn't want to tell me, like it's some big secret or whatever.
To be fair, half of it Mystic doesn't know, so.
We went to his home.
Okay. See, now why wouldn't you just? And I turn back to Galgrim. Why wouldn't you just tell me that?
I like it, Barry.
That's a nothing
really?
thing.
Dude, she's -4 on social situations. Okay, I rolled an 11.
I know.
I slide the bear a treat of some pocket bacon while I'm facing towards Galgrim, so he can't see.
I pet Cash Bernie.
He's dude. See,
No, I don't
Little
actually
trust.
pet Cash Bernie. I don't actually pet Cash Bernie. That'd be mean. I do have it prepared though.
I say because they have to be willing, or else it fails.
Do they?
Target a willing creature.
Okay.
Guess she's not good if she doesn't want it.
Yeah, we went to his home.
And was it an okay trip for you? I mean, it wasn't too cold or rainy or anything.
It was a little cold, but it wasn't bad. It's underground.
Well, see, it's really cold where I'm from. Like, you know, Crystal Peak Mountains.
I don't like the
cold.
snow.
Yeah.
It's cold and wet on my paw. Cold and wet on my paws.
And I'll give her a little like scritch, you know, as we're talking. Good talk though. Hey, he should talk to me more. He doesn't talk to me ever.
He doesn't talk to anyone.
I give her a little bit more pocket bacon and I start walking away. Anything else you want to know about me? I'm an open
No.
book with my arms spread out wide.
I don't like when you cast spells that hurt me.
And I don't target you with them. Sometimes I'm just trying to kill something next to you. You know?
And that still hurts.
You know what though? I honestly, and I turned back to Bernie. I said sorry to him, but I don't think I ever really said sorry to you. I am
You
sorry.
never did.
that I accidentally hit you with that little, cone-shaped spell that was hitting a couple of the other bad guys there too. Sorry I hit you. And, I'm sure if we
Roll a
had a
fucking
duel again
deception.
and everybody else was there, you would have been healed,
Roll a
but
deception, Glizzic.
I can't. It was almost a 1. 19.
Ah! It was almost an 18. That'd have been close. That'd have been a tie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
See? I love you. And I just start scratching and petting her. That's all.
She lets you a little bit.
Yeah. And there's slobber, I'm sure.
Of course not. She's not a nasty, slobbery bear. Is that all you two would like to do, or are you still...
I'm okay unless you need to know more stuff about me or want to share more stuff about you. That's the Galgrim, not the Baron.
Galgrim shares less than Zakara, so...
I'm good for now. Oh, yes, here, I will share this ingredient list and you can help me look for shit.
Horizon Thunders. I had something to share with you too.
Alright, day goes by. Galgrim and Glizzic come back a little beat up, but not much. They both have probably some heal spells available. Galgrim, you have collected 4 gold worth of alchemy materials.
Okay.
So if you're going to give that to Raz, that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go give it to Raz. But if you like, when I get back, I'll just beeline it to try to find Raz and
Yep.
just give the stuff to him.
Raz, I'm just adding an extra one to your list. I know the ones on your list are 5 gold. It's close enough for me.
I missed that. What am I adding?
I added it. I added it to you.
I'm just having a hard time understanding. He's going robot-y.
Yeah,
Am I?
Is going robot-y.
No. I increase your alchemical components, Raz, by 1. Can you understand me?
Yes. By 1 or 4?
By 1, because they're worth 5 gold each, so I just gave you one more of them.
Gotcha. It still says 1, unless I'm looking at the wrong one.
No, you're looking at the wrong one. You should have 37 of them.
Alchemical components, haversack, 1.
No, they're by themselves. They're not in your haversack.
Okay, there they are. Component. Got it. I'll take off the other one then. I don't want that confusing me again.
Zakara, you successfully transfer your resiliency rune to your leather armor, correct?
Yes.
Alright. I will have to modify that later for you, but I will.
I'm trying to modify it.
I'm not sure you can.
I clicked on the lock and it unlocked it.
Yeah, but I don't think you can actually modify it. Yeah, because it's not in that. It's not on the item. I have to put code on it
Okay.
to do it, like I did for Krugas. Raz, you successfully decipher the map.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I did not believe I have a map for you yet.
Oh.
I didn't expect you to work on this because I wasn't sure how much, I wasn't expecting you to have downtime for another couple sessions. But I owe you a map.
Yeah.
I have it in my notes, though.
I did say that was the first thing I was going to do the moment I got any time.
Well, I know, but I wasn't sure if Kruger was going to stop and do his monk fight or not, so.
All right. Should I put like a note next to the map? Like decipher
You can.
something?
You can. I have it in my notes as well. And Kruger, you spend the day purifying yourself and getting ready for your fight, which will be the next morning. Are you there, Kruger?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, making sure. Come evening, you guys are back all together again, whatever, as much as you are. Anything you guys wish to do or discuss before I pass the second night and we go into the monk fight?
I still want to make my bets with Galvin. Now that you have money. Before you were piss poor. Now you probably have a little bit of coin.
For some reason, you've got an extra, I feel like 49 gold. Is that about right?
I heard it was 69.
Can you afford 50? Are you rich enough for that?
Sure, but I'm betting on Kruger.
It's fine. You can bet on whoever you want. Can you afford 200 gold?
I'm not betting 200 gold on Kruger.
Wow.
That's fine. You don't have to say that you don't have it. I understand. 50's fine. And I wink and walk away. Gentleman's agreement, as I spit in my hand and hold it out to you.
You know what? Fuck it, 200.
Okay. I have it. Do you have it?
Yes.
Okay. 200, I'm betting on the little rat guy, and you got that work.
That's where I walk over and cast haste on Kruger.
If it's a tie, we don't pay each other anything.
If you cast haste on Kruger, he will kill you.
Yeah.
No, if it's a tie, you both pay me.
No.
The house wins.
Yeah, they won't let you do any spells or anything on them while
Right.
they're fighting. It's a weird monk thing.
I mean, you.
It's like if you're not cheating, you're
but
not
it
trying.
costs someone to automatically fail. So.
Yeah. Yeah, feel free to cast it on them, dude.
If you wanted,
Assuring my
to
win.
see what Key Rush look like in person,
Up
when someone's
close.
approaching you, then go ahead and cast haste.
Well, first of all, if he did that, we'd have to lower your level, Kruger.
You think I couldn't beat Galgrim's ass one level lower
Wait,
than
wait,
him?
wait,
I'm not saying that.
Sit on Master Splinter. Does Kruger automatically win?
No.
Nope, same thing.
Kruger failed, loses again, because you are interfering.
Okay.
All right. You guys kind of hang out, chat a little bit, and then night passes. And there's a 200 gold bet on the outcome. You guys get up at dawn and Kruger and Razik Toothpuller are already out there. You guys get there right before the battle begins.
Can you show them a picture of what Razik looks like?
Yeah. I just got off that page. Hold on.
I know.
Yeah, I know you know.
But do you know that I know you know?
I know that you know that I know that you know.
Early morning entertainment with breakfast.
Hmm.
Aw.
He's not in the list.
Aw.
I guess he forfeits by default.
I mean, that actually almost happened in the fight if Zarkin remembered how the rules for Bug Duels work.
No, here he is. What the hell? Where I had a photo for you, Kruger. What did I do with it?
I don't know. Like, you literally showed me what Razik looked
Kruger
like.
ate the photo after you showed it to him, thus eating his deposit.
AFK a minute while we are waiting.
Yep.
Refresh my water and grab a snack for the fight.
There you go.
Okay, now you can't tell me that all Razes are the same after you look at this picture.
He doesn't actually have a gun or like potions and that, but
Except he does. It's in the picture.
Mhm.
I hate you.
He even fits the one Raz height.
He does. All right, you guys sit down, and the fight begins. About, what was it, 6 rounds, Kruger?
Thereabouts.
And at the end of the fight, the rat is defeated. I will post.
Cheating.
I will post a link in channel after tonight, and you guys can go watch it if you wish. It is about 40 minutes long.
I'm just gonna bump my gold up by 200.
That's funny. So is Glizzik. Wait a minute. Pay the man. Pay the dwarf, Glizzik.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Add 200 gold to your sheet, mister.
I did.
But it was a gentleman agreement, so therefore a gentleman agreement is civilization. So therefore, Galgrim's no longer a druid.
My long-term plan comes to fruition.
Bernie runs away and Glizzik beats the shit out of Galvin.
Someone's got no powers. Someone's got no powers.
It takes exactly 401 gold
For what?
off of me for being the shit out of me.
All right, like I said, fight takes about a minute. Kruger is victorious.
Yeah.
And if you guys remind me, if I don't remember, I'll post a link to the YouTube video. You guys can watch it at your leisure. It's 37 minutes and some change. It won't be public, but I'll give you the link. And that is pretty much the morning. Kruger is no longer a master.
Oh.
He is now an advanced master.
Oh.
So the question can come back.
It technically could.
Yes, Super Master. Master.
So is Razak
Don't forget
considered
Super
just a
Master
master
2,
now?
and then Super Master 3, and then Super Master God.
Correct, Kruger.
Okay.
And what would you guys like to do with the rest of your 3/4 of a day? It's about 10 o'clock in the morning.
We can make held 4, can't we?
Yeah.
So,
Probably, yeah.
assuming that he wakes up or Raz heals him, or like whatever amount of time that it takes, Kruger wants to talk to Razak and figure out what his branch of monkism is. I don't know the good way of putting that. Because you said before I couldn't see where his...
He had no symbol, no emblem.
Yeah, but
Like
he's an advanced
order?
master, so he can do something. There we go, order, yeah.
He refuses to speak with you.
But I'm his superior.
You're not.
Only a higher
I would need to
ranking.
beat him again.
If you were in his same order as he was, you would be his superior. But you're not. Just like you're not really Guy's superior. Because he's in a different order as well.
Yeah, well, it sucks to be him for going down the superior's ranks, so...
I can't wait till we get 16th, 17th level, then I whoop your ass.
To be fair though, is the rat now master instead of advanced master?
Yes.
They swapped. Okay,
Yep.
so he doesn't get nothing. Okay.
No, if you lose the duel, you go down a level.
Oh, just one level. You don't swap.
Well, no, you don't swap. But
I mean,
if you're more than one level,
5 levels.
yeah, if you're more than 1 or 2 level, if you're a level couple, well, if they swap, then they both be ninth. Because you have to.
Title.
Well, yeah, they swap the title, but they don't, and then he goes on a level too. But that's it. Like level 6,
level. Okay.
yeah, an actual level. So if Kruger would have lost, Kruger would be now eighth level, and you guys would all still be 9.
10th.
No.
I'm negotiating. What?
Nope. That's part of the risk. Like I said, so when you guys hit like 15th, 16th level, and I whoop Kruger's ass, and he drops a level below, that'll make a big difference. Oh, you used to be able to be legendary, Kruger, but now you can't. Sorry.
And then Kruger or Zerg remembers, oh shit, I have to balance around this.
No, I don't. If there was 4 of you, yes, but when there's 5 of you, balance is way off. I'm good. So, what would you guys like to do with the rest of your day?
Fly to Hilfer. Unless you guys think we should just skip this and go straight to Duke Melzov's castle. And bring him down, trying to fight the retake Hilfer.
Well, the castle is part of the town, so.
Yeah. I don't think. To Hildford with the ship would be the right call.
We'll probably have to land a little bit outside of it, but yeah.
I was thinking that we would actually keep it here for the time being. We're not that far.
You're day by foot.
Yeah. It's far enough away that it shouldn't be an issue, and close enough to people who are at least friendly to Kruga, and not just like left out in the middle of nowhere where any Tom, Dick, and Bandit
Refugees.
Yeah, could just happen across it. That was my thought, though. So.
I mean, if you want to leave a multi-thousand gold piece ship sitting there with no one really guarding it, that's your choice. 5 non-really warrior cats and maybe a couple goblins ain't much. But hey, that's your call.
Well, the alternative is fly it to Hildford and see how much damage this thing can take before you got to turn around.
Well, it has 210 hit points. You know exactly how much damage you can take. Ah! I saw a face. Hey.
We're in part returning to Hildford for your reasons, Sakara. The Ankh, right? What do you feel would be the best approach here? I mean, we would certainly get your benefactor, compatriot organization's attention for sure, as well as everyone else's.
Well, we're assuming they're still there and alive at this point.
I mean, you may know better than anyone else in that regard. I always assume the underbelly, shadowy organizations are probably the last to fall in a situation like this, truth be told. If they're anything like you, survivor types, eh?
Well, if they're into survival, sure. At least some of them have fled. But we don't know how to use the Ankh, and it hasn't talked to us since.
A very fancy paperweight, eh?
Who has the Ankh?
Glizik.
Are we back on the ship? Like, what's happening?
No. You're trying to decide because you weren't sure if you were taking the ship, so.
Yeah.
So you on the combat tracker under the ship, Kruger, you can see where it says like piloting and that.
On the combat tracker?
Yeah,
Not on the combat. You popped up the.
I understand that, but I want you to look
thing.
on the combat tracker
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and all I see is the normal stuff that I see for like. There's
before.
literally nothing underneath of it. Or
All right.
it's the same
All
as
right.
Maeve for me.
Yep. Okay, that didn't work. Okay.
All right.
Copy and pasting it into general.
Once we're in a place that's more
Private.
yeah, a bit more.
You guys
private.
can. I mean, I'm assuming the tower is still up, so when you come back from your fight, you guys can go into the tower and talk.
Yep, tower's still up because we haven't left, so I haven't packed it up.
Yeah, I'll just kind of go up to Glizzik and say, "Let me see if I can talk to the relic."
Okay.
Now that I'm an advanced master.
That's what I was waiting for the entire time. Someone specifically with that title. So how does investing work in this again?
You spend time. You spend like 10 minutes with it, rubbing it and so forth.
I'll attempt to invest it first before I do anything.
You cannot invest in it.
Okay, that's fine. After like trying to invest with it, like spending time trying to understand it, I'll say out loud and also like think like in a presence of mind kind of way, and just say, "Ankh of Healing, we're going back to Hilford to try and return you to where you've taken you from. Were you holding back the undead in the first place?"
Nothing. I was so waiting for some like Lizzie to cast a little like ventriloquism. No. But no, you get no reply.
I'll try invoking the names of like I literally just the Reaper and Paylor, just because those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head, and see if it responds like to the same like line of questioning. And I'll do them like individually, like sequentially, so it isn't like a tag on all this at the end.
All right, hold on a second. I have too many things. I definitely have too many story things. There we go.
Step Ankh, I'm stuck. What are you doing? Fishy, fishy, fishy. I love that.
Why are you sleeping? I'll be right back.
Okay. Sure. As soon as I found what I was looking for, you leave.
So I'm just going through my inventory, checking stuff over. I'm like, smuggler ghost token. I know where we can get crew.
You do. Skilled crew too.
Skilled at what though? Professional what?
Crewing. You know, his crew got run off to the bushes to poop again.
Have you ever channeled key energy? It's like a natural laxative, man. It gets you going.
Well, yeah, the key rush actually does get you going, but
He's
I'm
opening.
back.
He's opening an inner gate. That's for sure.
Alrighty. So you utter, Reaper's name and try to talk to the Yonk. Nothing. You utter Palor's name, and you feel a sharp pain in your chest. You almost drop the Yonk.
Hey, buddy, feeling okay?
Monks ain't immune to heart attacks.
Shouldn't have had those 51 slices of bacon this morning. I knew it.
Did it say something?
Check the combat tracker, Kruger. Look under yourself.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
You kind of like lose your breath for a moment, then comes back. You just feel off.
No, I haven't. It hasn't said anything to me.
No, I asked if you were okay.
I will be fine, but
Don't call me bud. And I smile at you. All right, just checking. You seem to like to take a step.
it seems that I should not say the name of other deities so carelessly.
Did the Yonk not like it?
Did I get the sense it was from the Ankh, or
It was not.
I don't think the Ankh had anything to do with it.
So I open my hands to take it back from you if you're done with it.
I'll just kind of toss it over to him.
I catch it. Or I attempt to.
Yeah, you can catch it.
Well, the last time it talked to Glizik and me was when Undead was around. So maybe it'll talk again when we go back.
So kill Bernie, raise him as an undead.
That'll take too long.
Oh. It's only a couple hour ritual if Valis was here.
Sergeant, do I have any idea how to get rid of it?
Nope. You think it'll probably wear off on its own?
Do you want to talk to me?
Not particularly. Like Krugo, kind of like Zark was saying, he seems like he's like a bit off. Like he's not acting like himself. Like he's trying to figure out like why he doesn't feel like he normally does. Because though Krugo's an orc, he's also like a monk, and like balance and understanding of self is a like huge thing. And like I won't say like everyone, but fairly perceptive people will be able to tell that he's not feeling quite like himself at the moment.
You know, I kind of wanted to have a short conversation after the wyvern fight with you, Kruger.
And then speak.
Well, you know how like when I cast like my spells and do magic and stuff like that, I always try and yell something out, like during the fight and that. We need to work on that with you. Because like I'll say a catchphrase or something and it'll make them feel, even more powerless against us and stuff like that. And I just feel like if you started yelling stuff at them while you're, manhandling them and destroying them, it'll work even better. So you always have to be branding. So can I help you with that?
That is why I tell people to kneel to me.
Well, yeah, but you need something catchy that's gonna get the crowd behind you. When we do the pit fighting and stuff in oh, that may not be there anymore. Dang, we have to find a new place to do pit fighting with you. Well, but I mean, like, just work on your catchphrases that you want to have when you do stuff.
What is a catchphrase?
Well, like something cool that you say to be even more awesome than you already are. Um, you have to time it with, when you're ripping somebody's head off or something like that, or, if you can enjoy the victory with one friggin' eye and poke him in the eye or whatever type thing. It's like, it's a timing thing. We'll work on it together. I'll help you workshop some stuff. We have time in the air.
I suppose more relevantly, recently, in fact, screaming, "She's been disarmed" when you disarm the goblin.
Yeah, something like that would be good. Yeah.
I see what you're going for there, Glizzick. I'm not
Yeah.
sure
I mean,
if it's maybe for show, but in actual combat, screaming what you're going to do to your enemy typically doesn't help you.
not letting them know, but I mean, like, and I'm not saying for the monk fights. That's totally different. That's ceremony, not showmanship. You know, but if we're doing fighting for money, or stuff like that for glory or whatever, there's no hurt in trying to dishearten your foes by showing your superiority. That's all I'm saying. Yes, exactly. I'm trying to use Gladiator Lore to tell him some stuff about cool examples and things.
But I am always superior to my opponent.
You need to let them know it is my point, so that people can
That is
celebrate you
why
even
I
more.
punch them.
I feel like we're going round and round in circles on this argument.
I see what you're getting at, Glizzick. When demoralizing a foe before like. We all know Kruga could punch the crap out of anybody and win hands down, but they don't know it before he does it.
Right, and if you're ready to rip the head off, it's too late to then give the catchphrase because he's already lost his head. Don't lose your head as you are ripping it off is one thing. Or where is he? He's split because you've ripped him in half, type thing. That's cool stuff you can use. Okay.
So when I punch someone, I should say, I hit you.
Something like that. Yeah.
Muscle Wizard casts Fist.
Yes.
What is a muscle wizard? Is that some sort of shaman that one of you are?
A shaman that uses their fists to make magic like you do.
I feel this is a very funny conversation to have with Kineticist around the corner.
You're a shaman, Kruga. A thumping good one once you've trained up a bit.
You can go to the best school ever.
But what is a monk but a muscle wizard? You use your muscles to make your magic.
Wow.
It's
getting deep in here.
We're all the same when you really think about
Kruger
it. It's
can't
just
swim.
For a sailor, you'd think you would.
I feel like Kruga's more magical than a couple of us, in fact. Those arms, those extension of your body.
I've seen the tentacles come on off of you, buddy.
That seems pretty magical to me.
I can't do that.
You're your own shaman.
Do it.
My tentacle's gonna be like 6 inches long. You realize that, right?
And does that really change the definition of a shaman, though? You can train to do what I do, and I'm sure in some capacity Glizzick can train people to do what he does. Maybe. I'm not sure on that one. Galgrim, people can train to do what you do, right?
You train the cat folk and Jotham.
It's all training in some capacity.
But you all train the world to do what you want it to do. I train myself to do what I want to do better.
I'm just gonna put the mutagens to the side here. That's trading your body, right? Temporarily.
Tolerance.
I think we've gotten a bit off topic here. Hildford. Possibly a city full of undead who already wanted to kill us before. They were running amok in the streets and controlling the walls. Now, what exactly stops? Actually, that's a good point too. Zakata, you have shady dealings in the city. Would you even know how to get this inside? Because I doubt we're going to be able to walk through the front gate. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm assuming the red-skinned vampire, Balthazar, whatever his name was, likely has some part to play in all of this. I doubt we'll be able to just walk down Main Street.
Unfortunately, I don't really know of any. Before this, I hadn't really left the sitting before meeting you all. I'm sure there are some ways.
What
After
kind of
all, they smuggle
shoddy
things in and out.
ass? What kind of shoddy ass thieves guild are we dealing with? They don't even teach their own agents where to go.
Where all the secrets are? No, they don't. They're low level agents? No. Besides, she's only a dirty cat. No one likes cats.
You didn't have like a check-in spot when you get into the city to talk to someone in the guild or anything?
I mean,
It's a good job.
Like an undergate.
I mean, when you're inside, you know some places to go, but not to get in. You can always go to Mother's. A nice time will be had by all.
I mean, I could spend time searching around the city for a way in and maybe find one, but I don't know how long it would take. The airship seems easiest. We just fly over. So,
Simply concerned of them using, they'll essentially be bringing in a troop transport, and I'm sure the city has defenses against that. Does the city have like? We lived there for a while, you know. Do they have things
Couple
like
months.
catapults, ballistas, trebuchets, things that can fire big things across vast distances?
I mean, yeah, the outer walls and stuff have them, yeah. But as you know, most of them don't. Like catapults don't really hit things in the air, and the ballista may or may not be able to aim up high enough at a high enough angle. I mean, they're for defense of the city, not necessarily defense of the air.
Trying to get exact hits with things like catapults and like that is going to be very hard for them.
Yep.
Would perhaps fly high enough to not have to worry about them, I suppose.
Could always fly up real high, then come over to the city, then come down in the city.
Could do a bit of a airdrop situation, though.
If only you had talismans.
really want them.
Getting folks back out might be another concern. Dropping people in, Glizzik, you could make people invisible, right? Is that something in your wheelhouse?
Not yet. Next level. I can do one.
In technical terms, I'm working on it. It's not. It's kind of a finicky spell right now.
I still have potions, maybe 2 invisibility potions.
Don't you have a visibility spell?
No.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if you had it or not.
It's I believe it's not a primal is the issue.
Let's brainstorm this a bit. We go up high enough that we don't have to worry about anything, even cloud coverage, and drop into the city. And what do we have that could allow us to do so?
An orc.
Ideally, without being seen, as falling into the city would probably garner attention too. Though they wouldn't be looking.
If they're undead, they're not going to be that vigilant. But I mean, vampires maybe, but not skeletons and zombies.
Well, I would imagine actually a day drop would issue the vampire thing.
True.
We could shove everybody into my bag of holding. I could shape into a bird, fly down, and open it up.
You can't fit.
I know.
I got a haversack, but I think the same issue applies there. Oh yeah, I picked
Yeah,
up a
you wouldn't-
haversack, by the way.
You wouldn't want to put your haversack in his bag of holding. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Don't get
We'll
your
put
chocolate
you
in my
put
peanut
you
butter.
in your haversack. We put Glizzik in my bag of holding. We put Zakara in her bag of holding, and I dropped down with the three of them. And Kruga can't,
Has-
when he hit,
Yeah, the
when he
chest.
hits, yeah, Kruga just jumps.
Sounds perfect.
Walking
Do I
down
have
Park-
Featherfall?
walking
I
down
don't
Park-
know.
I do.
Suddenly
I do.
orc raiders
You
into
should.
the ground.
I do not believe you have that.
I have it as a primal, so you should have the ability to get
Yeah,
it.
it's a core primal spell.
Yeah, arcane primal.
Okay.
But it's a reaction to cast it
So I can do one person.
with only 60-foot range. Yeah.
Well, we just jump one at a time, right?
Go, go, go.
Yeah, he stays on the ship and you just jump one per round.
Slap him on the ass on the way off the ship, and there you go. There's your featherfall.
How far do you fall around?
60 feet.
Yeah.
That's with Featherfall, you mean?
Correct.
Without Featherfall, you fall a little bit farther.
So they would fall faster than I'd be able to cast it. We'd all have to jump at the same time and be high enough up in the air. Glizzik and I
Right.
both do one.
Oh, you just
Right.
it's a reaction.
I guess I could cast on you before you jump.
Nope.
Can't.
Has to be a person falling. So you use your reaction as they're falling, and then wait
Gotcha.
around, and then do it again as they jump off the ship. You'll hit them one at a time.
That lasts for 1 minute, so 60 feet per round. So we couldn't be more than
600 feet up.
600 feet up. Yeah.
That's pretty
Okay.
fucking far.
I don't think we've gone that high yet.
Nope, we've gone like 150 feet is the highest. Which, I mean, you're just going more up. It's just the takeoff that's been bumpy so far. So, getting into the city, I think we've solved that. Do we have any tricks up our sleeves to do it without being seen by everyone who watches an orc fall out of the sky?
What do I have for invisibility spells? Or potions?
Question. So that we don't reveal that we have a flying ship, do you want to try and land on the water and try and sail it in to the dock? Because there are docks, right?
There are.
I think that will, because it's an airship, but it's not a ship, and least of all, not a ship that wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb, because it's not from this era at all.
I don't know. I just figured maybe that way we could just get to the dock. We wouldn't have to worry about how are we going to get up to our ship that's 500 feet in the air. Right?
So I have an invisibility potion.
And Glizzik, you said you had 2, right?
I've got 2, but it's only going to last 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, but that gets us down without us being detected.
I don't care if I'm detected. I'll be able to take whatever they throw at me.
Oh, does anybody else have any? Can you make invisibility, Raz?
No, that's more of a magical spell, not an alchemical one.
Zakara's code lets her do it, though, right? But just for a minute.
For a minute.
That's all we need is a minute to get you to the ground.
That's everyone.
Well, I mean, I'd
Well,
rather save
No,
it, but
I can give mine to Kruga, and I can shape into a
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
small bird.
With druid strength here, you can just literally go into the city as any animal that would be standing out at all. You could turn into a cockroach and just chuck you off the side, you'd be fine.
Like a whale.
Like a- yeah, that covers that. I mean, if we just fly up, fall into the city as invisible and feather falling, and I assume we'd be close enough together that we'd still be a group, but worst case, and someone gets separated, go for the chapter house.
Yeah, I mean, we can just aim for the chapter house for falling, and everybody meet there.
We
Alright.
would not want to aim for the keep. Since it seems like that's where they may be mounting resistance from.
Yes.
That report was how many days old? 3, 4 days old?
Probably more than that. Probably a week.
And do you
Yeah,
think
if
our
there's
chapter
speed-
house is any more well off than the castle inside the city walls?
I mean, if they're assaulting the castle, they probably wouldn't be that big of resistance around our house.
I would imagine our chapter house is probably left relatively alone after they may have. I'm not sure how they took the city, but I assume they ran through it and checked everything.
There's a city map for you. I pulled it up.
And once they've basically cleared through the neighborhood, and they'd probably have little reason to come back to an empty chapter house.
Do you not think they would have people waiting for us if Balthamel has been targeting us already?
It's possible. But you could say the same for anywhere. But I do see the concern. I suppose it matters whether or not he's patient enough to have someone stationed and watching it when he hasn't seen hide nor tail of us since we got whisked away by the Ankh. Unless someone's been walking around in Hildford when the rest of us weren't looking anyway.
Someone went home. I mean, where's his home? Bum, bum, bum. Galgrim, the dwarven spy.
That was the plot twist all along. I'm really Baltham's or whatever the fuck his name was.
I believe it's ball smell, wasn't it?
I was gonna start putting up posters all over the city, wanted posters for him. With really bad stick figure drawings of him and stuff, just to try and piss him off more.
So we know how we're going in without being detected. We just need to pick a drop zone.
I think Castle Ward is a better idea, honestly, and we'll have a better idea of what's going on as we get closer to the city.
Wait, why don't I just fucking, when we get closer, I'll turn into a bird and fly down and see what's going on, and come back up and report, and then we'll have information on if the castle is still standing.
You told me you could only do 1 minute of flying per
I have
slot.
5 casts of it, good sir.
Okay, all right, you get 5 minutes then.
That does bring up a good
Keep a
point.
free, keep a feather fall available, I should say, just in case.
Flying's great, but how much of the city can you really cover in a few minutes? And then you would be drained for the day, yes?
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't know you had a one.
Remember, this is morning, so if you go to the town today, whatever spells you have right now is what you got.
Yeah, we're gonna need a.
day
Should have come up with this plan last night so we could have prepared better, because I don't have Featherfall today.
You can
It's overrated.
You can spend some time scouting today. Nothing says we have to go in today.
We'd have to yell that we're friendlies to the castle folks so they don't shoot us down either.
Send me down to the keep. I will not fall to whatever they may deem to throw at me.
Oh, the problem is we don't have Featherfalls today, buddy.
I got 1.
That is enough.
I always carry 1.
So Kruga and Galgrim's zombie city adventure.
We are also assuming that the keep hasn't been taken since that news.
Correct, and if it has, obviously, then we would not land.
Because then we might be sending Kruga into a heavily infested area that's no offense to your skills, but even you can be overwhelmed eventually.
Don't worry, Kruga. There's a zombie archetype too.
Yep.
The Book of the Dead has archetypes for all of them.
Why does this give me vibes of shoving Crim through a force field right now?
The Book of the Dead one has archetypes for all the undead.
Yeah.
You could be a ghoul. You could be orc. Ghoul. Oh, actually, that should be Raz. He should be Raz. I'll ghoul. Anyone else suggestions?
3 30 days is a lot of time. If the keep was a center of resistance, then it's a bit of a stretch or an assumption to just assume that they are as well off as they were before. I'm not against Galgrim using his resources to scope the city the day before. Today, I guess, technically. Just long enough to see if the keep is even still zombie free or not.
So what's the plan? Fly up way above the city, Galgrim scouts for the day, comes back, and
Well, I can definitely see how high this thing will go. I can try to aim for above the clouds. Assuming
then
there's
worst
clouds
case,
that day.
worst case, we'll actually prepare spells that we want, and then go in.
Remember, though, if you fly too high, Galgrim won't make it back.
I can fly 60 around.
Whatever you think it's.
Yeah, flying up is half.
Okay.
It's difficult terrain going back up.
Fighting
So
gravity, but it's twice as fast going down.
Yep.
Well, if he's an eagle, he'll have better vision too, right?
He won't be an eagle. I'm not sure
No,
what he has.
Birds are 50 foot fly speed.
Yeah, so you'd be going 25 up.
25 up for a minute would be 25 times 250. So the max you would go is 200 probably.
How do you reset your spell? Do you have to shape out to cast it anew, or can you refresh it while in the form with a spell slot?
No, he'd be falling.
Yeah, I can't cast while I'm.
I just wasn't sure if that's how that worked because I'm not a druid, but
I can't cast while I'm in form.
Well, it's 25 per action, right? So you can go 75 feet around.
Oh, yeah, true.
So you can go 750 over the course of a minute if you were to start from the ground.
Yeah.
So that's fine. You can get back as long as you have a spell slot and just fucking book straight up and hope someone doesn't feel like taking target practice.
Provided you're straight up. 750 feet up is not that high.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you'll stand out like a sore thumb, but you will be visible from the ground as something up there.
I still say send me to the keep and I'll have Galgrim check on what happens. Worst comes to worst, there's no undead that can keep up with me.
So, 750 feet is about 50 stories. 50 to 55 stories in a building.
Yeah.
For everybody else, for.
And then, assuming that we drop Kruga, Galgum reports that he's fine or he's being eaten, and we should come down. And in that case, what of the? I guess we have to leave the ship here. No one can really pilot it. It's already shaky enough with me and Glizik. And Rebecca would be the next most qualified, and I feel like she's definitely not making that DZ. Her skills are certainly not quite on par with mine in steering the ship. Mine are barely up to snuff. So I think the ship will stay there while we're in here doing whatever we're doing. So, is that what we want to do? Kick Kruger off and have him go in alone?
Seems like not the best idea, but.
I'll play devil's advocate. How's he going to report back?
Galgrim.
I put it in chat.
Galgrim would be going with him just incognito, and basically Kuria hits the ground, and if he starts getting swarmed with freaking ghouls and shit and starts playing keep away, Galgrim.
I mean, I could pet Cash Barney, shape into my spider form, refocus, jump on Kruger's shoulder, and then Kruger could jump, and you could use Featherfall on Kruger. And then I would be with Kruger with Barney, all using one Featherfall spell to take all three of us down to the same spot, and then I would be able to have flight form to scout around the city if we need to, or run back up here and get help, or whatever we needed. at that point. So all three of us would be together, 100% guaranteed. And then it would give us that option of me having flight to get back up here.
I missed part of that. Who was the third?
Barney.
Oh.
How does Kruger get back up?
He doesn't. The boat comes down.
Aha.
Kruger doesn't need to get back up. He's
help
fine.
comes down to Kruger if Kruger gets into trouble. Galgrim's job is get back up and let everybody know we need help.
I always figured our exfil would basically be to leave the city on foot if we had to, because we don't really have a way to get back to the boat outside of like one of us. So that one also being someone who's just as good at flying it as the other two. So once we finished our business in the city, my escape plan, if we even gets to that, was to just have Galgrim go back to the boat, fly it somewhere while we left on foot, but only after we left on foot. That way we're not asking him to leave in the middle of a fucking dungeon or whatever. But that was for later.
Well, but Featherfall would only use 60 times, so we had to be 600 feet for Featherfall, right?
Yep. Well, like Zargan said, it doesn't really matter how high we go up within our working range. We're going to be visible. I would probably put us like a little over 500 just in case, maybe at about 600 even, just because some freaking smartass with a fireball can reach pretty damn high.
500-foot range.
Yeah, so put it at 600.
That keeps us out of range of anyone who's trying to get cheeky getting on a roof or something.
But then we're going to have to get down to 500 to do the message spell because it's only a range of 500.
Well, we're just not going to be able to do the message spell.
Yeah. That's just to let us know.
I mean, we'll be on the boat at that point for the message spell. It's easy enough to just kind of descend and then ascend once it's done. Come in at 500, slightly less because you'll be on the deck, I assume. So you actually have to be like 550 or something like that.
Oh, we'll just drop them at the top of the castle rather than at the outside wall.
And it's not my favorite plan to drop in someone without even having taken a look, but if anyone was going to...
Oh, I mean, if they can see us, can we not see down?
At 500 feet, I doubt you could tell the difference between a zombie and a regular person.
Ship is slightly larger than a person.
I mean, you'll be able to see houses and shit like that for sure, and possibly large things moving around, like groups. But an individual person, you probably won't be able to see them at 500 feet up.
No, but we might be able to see if there's like big barricades and like, things clashing against them and stuff on the keep.
If they're firing siege weapons out of the castle towards the...
If there's a big battle at like the gates, like mass troops, you would be able to see something.
Yeah, siege Condor. Yeah.
If.
Well, worst case scenario, we at least scout it with the ship first, see what it looks like's going on, and we can make a decision from that point. We should at least get to that far, though.
Yeah, otherwise we're dropping someone into the middle of what could be a suicidal operation. I'm not against scouting.
Yeah.
I say you drop the cat. She has acrobatics. She can just feather fall with that, right?
That was the backup plan.
If you would have bought mud wings last time, you all could be flying now.
Last time was on session.
I know.
We could just drink the random stuff we got for Raz and hope it's something.
Hope it's something.
It is something. You are correct.
Glizzic with a juggernaut.
Oh, at least that's how we can get back up to the ship afterwards.
What, my elemental gift spell? I got 2 of them.
No, the mudwings.
Okay. Fly speed equals your land speed. And it lasts for a minute. I'm going to do it on 2 people in addition to the Featherfall. So folks could to use that to get down as well too if we had to.
The question is, do one drop or you all go? I mean, you don't want to send. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say nothing. I know what's going on down there.
Well, the tentative plan right now, according to what Kruger wants to do, is drop Kruger with Galgrim in tow, so Galgrim can tell us what the fuck is going on, so the rest of us can jump if needed. But my idea was just have Galgrim fucking check it out first, so we know what we're looking at, and then maybe go in the next day better prepared.
Oh, I mean, even if something is happening, we wouldn't be able to jump, right? There's only one Featherfall.
I got 2 elemental gifts as well, so folks can fly.
Yeah, I think we're covered on that end, because Galgrim, if we just send Galgrim, he's got to come back to tell us what's going on. It's just a matter of how many spell slots he wants to use just to find information.
Well, you're talking at least 2.
We can bring the boat close enough to like drop folks off in the castle ward. But we just have to make sure they're not shooting at us. If it's already taken, then there's not going to be any dropping people off. It'll just be, hey, can we pick some people up?
Keep in mind, too, even if it's people who would be friendly to us, they may not be friendly until they know who we are. And someone dropping a boat in on them could just be, they might think it's some random freaking strategy from the undead. You don't know who might start chucking spells.
Death from above.
I have my tax form on me. It's like I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Don't shoot! I paid my taxes. As he falls from the boat.
I paid your salary.
My taxes pay for that.
Yes, they love hearing that. Known fact.
The guards of the town, I'm sure.
Oh, they love hearing that.
Kruger, if they say anything, just tell them you're a sovereign citizen.
All public employees love hearing, I pay your salary.
Ask our manager.
No, you don't. The guy who signs my paycheck pays my salary. I don't know where he gets his money. That's not my fucking problem. So, I mean, those are the 2 options I keep seeing us come back to. Drop Kruger in, like hot drop style, and go from there, or have Galgrim scout it.
Kruger ODST.
I'd drop a clock.
Fable, all I can picture is that the fucking hot drop music that's been like on the little like TikToks and videos and stuff like that lately.
What you're talking?
Yes, you do. You've seen it. You've sent me one.
Have I?
Yeah.
My dick.
Kruger, what's your range speed?
40.
Want to have a fly speed of 40?
I mean, if Kruger can fly, dropping Kruger in is a lot more easy if he goes down there and sees that shit's real. It's hard to chase him already. Most things also can't fly, so it'd be impossible.
I mean, if it looks awful when you get really close to it, you can like veer towards the wall. We'll pick you up outside the city or something. At least that way you can steer kind of, rather than just a straight drop. Give the elemental gift air.
Kruger has no problem either way, but he will entrust his advisors to make a well-informed decision.
But I want to see a Kruger-shaped imprint on the ground as he belly flops.
That's my vote, is to do scouting first. So what are the rest of you thinking? And Kruger apparently wants a hot drop, so we're 1 for 1 at the moment.
Okay, good with that.
Hot drop equals scouting. Need that on the ground intelligence.
By the smartest member of the group, right?
Which one were you, Naughty?
He's wise. It's fine.
Weisenheimer.
Yeah, just for the sake of kind of making a decision here, because I'm gonna have to AFK a little bit here in a bit.
I'm fine with us going to the city and dropping them and figuring out what's going on. So recon's fine.
I got mixed signals out of that because you said
Yeah.
drop 'em in.
You want to do recon or you want to drop Kruger? That's the choices.
I want to see if the city still stands, And if it does, then we drop Kruger. If it looks like
So he is recon,
completely destroyed, then we're not going to drop him. Yeah.
but he jumps off the side anyways.
That's still a non-committal answer. I could see both of those.
I
options.
didn't even cast any spells. He just jumped.
How about we fly over to the city and see what's going on, and then we make a decision from there? Because we'll have more information.
When you're diving straight down, your move speed is doubled, is it not?
Your fly
Your
speed,
fly
yes.
speed?
Right. So your fly speed would go from 40 to 80 at that point, as opposed to the Featherfall, which is just a 60 flat, because it has nothing to do with your speed.
Yeah.
It would suck for you to try and come back up, but
And that's
you can
80 per.
sideways.
That's 80 per move.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
So I'd be able to get down in basically 2 turns.
Depends on how high you were.
For 500, I'd be able to move
About 2.
40 around.
Yeah, castle's not at 0, so yeah.
And I heard you, Mystic. That's what we're literally taking votes on right now. Drop Kruger in now or scout first.
Now to throw another wrench in this, are you talking about above sea level or above ground level? Because they're different.
My thought was, let's fly the fucking boat to the city and see what we can see from it first, and then make the call on whether we're dropping Kruger or I'm scouting.
And I agree wholeheartedly with that. That's what I was trying to say.
So let's instead
at
of
least
arguing about
see
this,
what's
let's
there.
just take the fucking boat to the town and figure out what we can see, and then we have more information to make a decision.
I can't wait to not see anything because of how high we are.
Go about 100 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, Zargan already told us more or less what we're gonna see. We're gonna see the city, and we might see large things.
At 500 feet, yeah. 500-600 feet, yeah.
Any closer, and you
Yeah, but we don't know if there's any large things that we would see or not. Like, that's information that would be helpful.
What are your thoughts?
Either way, we're gonna have to go. Either fight, we're gonna have to go that way. Either way.
And if we don't see anything, we can also make the decision to descend on the boat a little bit.
I'm good with flying closer first. I like the idea of recon.
All right. We'll be back for this exact conversation in about 20 minutes when we get to the city at 500 feet, because that's what I'll be taking us in at anyway.
I'll ask the car once I get down. Who should I ask for once I get down there?
Yes, because if Galgrim was doing this type of shit by himself, everybody would be blowing a gasket, but...
As far as the Thieves Guild to return the Ankh, or are you looking to the castle?
I figure if your guild is worth its salt, at least someone survived. Is there any symbol or code word I can speak in order to grab their attention?
It would be pretty hard to find them if they are there.
Are they not skilled enough to be within the castle ward? If not, then I have grossly overestimated their usefulness.
They would probably not be in the castle ward. They would probably stay away from the fighting, if anything.
Well, then maybe one will approach me while I'm down there.
Perhaps. You do stand out. Do you plan to take the Ankh with you?
Seems ill-advised at the moment. figure that is better in the hands of one of my shamans.
Unfortunately, I don't think it would be wise to count on any help from the Thieves Guild.
And I guess we shall see what resistance the Duke has mustered in our time away.
Remember, you guys will be getting there late afternoon, so you'll have an hour or two of time before it starts getting dark. If that matters into your plans.
I mean, I figure Kruga, outside of Zakara, is really the only person who doesn't have any particular preparations that need to be done on the day. So he can do whatever he needs to and wake up tomorrow and be good to go regardless, even in a more dangerous situation.
But you have to prepare your key rush.
Already been prepared.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's the plan? Just flying in at 500 feet to take an eyeball first, and then decide.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. All right. You guys go climb up back, leave the tower. Raz drops the tower. You guys say goodbye to Guy. Bye, Guy. Climb back on the airship, and Raz takes you up. You guys fly for about half a day south, following the river. As you approach the city, late afternoon, you notice. Well, actually, go ahead and roll me like a group perception check.
As in everyone rolls perception?
Yep.
Okay. I did it, guys.
Pretty decent numbers.
They were.
I'm gonna hero point it because
Can't see over the wheel.
hero point and chance.
All right.
That's 10-17. Go for it.
All right.
What do my elf eyes see? Wait a minute.
Nothing. You're not an elf. All right. As you guys approach the city, you're not over it yet. You're still a couple hundred feet away from it to the north of it. You notice a few things. One, there are sections of the town that are missing. Like where there used to be houses and shit. Obviously, there's been several fires and so forth. The amount of normal like chimney smoke and that coming up, there's almost none. And normally a normal afternoon, there's almost every house will have a fire going and so forth for cooking and so forth. As you approach more and get closer, You also notice down in the Sea Ward, where all the piers and stuff is, it looks like half the Sea Ward has been burned. The entire docks and that, you see probably 3 or 4 remains of ships tied up to the piers, all burnt to the waterline. You see no actual ships in the docks that are seaworthy at all. You see very little traffic moving around in the city. Doesn't mean there isn't any. Use your 500 feet up, you really can't see any yet. As you get closer, with your guys' high enough group roll there, you see a couple large shapes flying in the air above the city. Not large like a dragon, maybe large like a wyvern size. You guys just fought them, so you're fairly familiar with them.
What?
Like a wyvern.
Okay.
From what you remember from living in the city has no aerial forces. As you kind of keep coming south and come over the north wall there, along the river, you see the Lake Ward area is partly gutted, nothing really moving. There are figures on the outer walls moving around. You can't tell what they are, but there are figures there. It looks like the lakeshore area and the castle ward is relatively untouched. Those flying figures that are like patrolling over the city so far have not seen you. As you approach the city, no, that's about it. But you're just coming over the north wall now. You probably have a minute or two before you'd be in position to drop or keep going out to sea.
How does the district over where our house is at look?
Trade ward.
Part of it's gutted, part of it's not.
I mean, we kind of know where our house would be in there, so where, like, how, like, around our house, what's it look like? Is it gutted or is it not?
Give me 1 second, because I'm pretty sure I made a comment in my notes. The area where your house was is a big burnt zone.
Okay. So the extra stash of shit that I had saved stashed in the house, I should probably delete, right?
Correct. That goes for any of you. Well, I wouldn't delete it yet. Just mark this. Just leave it there for now, because I mean, some stuff might, if it is burned down. Remember, you had a basement, so some stuff may have survived. Unless, I had an extra cloak there. Yeah, it's probably gone, dude.
I had 3 javelins, a long spear, and that bone breastplate.
Well, those are probably all gone. So what's the plan? You have some more intel, or you keep going south and plan to drop off people, or what's the plan?
Just keep going, right?
Like,
I mean,
how many wyverns does it look like that there are?
You've
Or
seen
whatever those
probably
things
2.
are.
You've probably seen 2.
I mean, we can handle that, probably.
Are we leaning towards Castle Ward, not Lakeshore?
You are coming down like where the river is from the north.
Yeah. I mean, Duraz. If we're gonna drop him, we're planning on dropping him in the castle area, right? Because we figured that might be the last thing standing.
Ben was over the castle, yeah. And we just need to decide if we're having anybody scout it to make sure it's clean. I know the area looked untouched, but or kicking Krug off.
The castle still seems to be standing, and there's looks like the Duke's flag flying over it still.
Is there
My
any way we
opinion
can
has
try
not
and
changed.
use like my disguise kit or something to, somehow like paint the Duke's colors or symbol or something like that on a sheet and then like hang it on the side of the ship so they can see that we're flying their colors?
Not within like the next minute you have before you're flying past the city.
500 feet up.
That as well.
Just a little piece of paper I found in the printer. Just write some colors on it.
Colored by numbers.
Well, Kruga, we have a new way for you to get it down, though. Grab one of the wyverns and grapple it.
Trip it and be on the ground, no problem at all.
Yeah, put it between you and the ground, and it'll brace your fall, right?
Grab both of it, like one of each of its wings, and use that as a parachute.
Oh yeah, exactly. So decision: are you making a drop, or are you doing a drive-by?
I vote drop. Looks safe.
So Kruga and I are dropping.
My thing hasn't changed. Have Galgrim take a look around before we drop anyone, but
I feel like if a bird goes going in, the wyverns are probably going to attack it. So I think
I can
dropping
shape
still
into
a
it.
best bet.
I can shape into a spider, and we can use feather fall on me. There'd be a tiny little insect falling.
And then you try and get back up, and you're attacked by wyverns.
I have flight forms or combat forms. Not like, little tiny bird that's completely helpless if I don't want to be.
30 seconds left.
Oh, throw it to a vote real quick. You got the little votey thing you can do, Zargan? Let's say that a yes is to drop Kruga and a no is to have Galgrim scout.
Check for Kruga, X for Galgrim.
Correct. Alright, looks like Galgrim scouting.
Okay.
What are you doing, Galgrim?
We're 500 feet up. I would fall how fast?
What, falling?
Yeah.
You'll hit the ground.
In one round?
Yep.
Okay.
Fun fact for everyone, it says that happens pretty quick. Yeah, terminal velocity happens pretty
Okay,
quick.
I'll use a spell slot and change into a smallish bird.
Before you do you want some stuff in case you get stranded down there?
Yeah, what type of stuff?
Elixirs and stuff. Things that I'm pretty sure you could use. No mutagens, because I know that fucks with your polymorphing.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say no to extra hands for stuff in case stuff goes sideways.
So you're casting animal form? Or aerial form?
Yes.
Because that's a big creature. That's not like a little thing.
Medium-sized creature.
Yeah, that's like a human size.
Yeah, I don't have any other flight form. I don't have the insect flight form thing. So, or do I?
What's the airspeed on the flight form?
Of a swallow?
Can't remember. Do I have the insect? I don't think.
Pest form, you mean?
No, yeah, you thought I had it, but I didn't actually have it. That's what it was last time, because we were like trying to figure out if I did or not.
With your wild shape, you can do pest form. It lasts 10 minutes. You're talking about the one that makes it last like a day.
I have that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, you have pest form with your focus spell, but your other spells, your area form cannot do like a small animal. It's a medium-sized combat creature.
I thought I got rid
Because
of
you could
pest.
go down and just hide somewhere for 10 minutes, refocus, and then come back if you needed to, right?
There's a feat on pest form that lets you make it last like an hour or like 24 hours. You don't have that.
Yeah, I do. That's how I can do the spider for like 24 hours.
I believe that's a feat.
Yeah, it's a feat I have. You understand life whenever you use wild shape polymorph into a non-flying insect form listed in pest form, the duration is 24 hours.
Non-flying.
Yeah, I can't fly with that one. So I can use my wild shape to get a flying insect.
You can, yes. And it would last 10 minutes.
Let me speed would only be fly speed of 20 feet, so
That's 60 feet around. Going down, that's 120 feet around. Take your 4 rounds to get down. 30,
okay, well,
30 seconds.
That's better to do that just for stealth. So, yeah, I'll do that, Zargan.
All right. Galgrim hops over the side and changes into a little fly and flies away. And the ship goes out. What?
Getting this
Go ahead.
I'm getting this shit from Raz first.
Okay.
I
Whatever
put a
Raz
link
is
in-
giving me.
It's already in chat twice.
Okay. I'm grabbing all that from Raz and then going.
All right. And I think we will stop it here tonight.
I think you can add those to your sheet. Zargan says he did something for you guys when I give you shit. I don't know what it is because I don't have to do it.
Yeah, if you go to the handouts, to the notes, and go under party, I think it is. Raz Alchemical Wonders. The top one, you put them in your inventory if you want that. If you want to put them in your inventory, so you know how many you have. Then scroll down. There's ones that you drag into your action section under the Alchemical Wonders section. Those are the things that that act like spells and give you the abilities. Just so we're clear on this, Galgrim, did you pet cache Bernie?
Yes.
All right.
Sad I'm gonna miss next week.
Boo.
Skip your vacation. What the hell? Go ahead and cast. Go ahead. What?
Maybe I won't be doing anything at that time, and I can hop on.
If you have a laptop or something. I don't think FGU takes a whole lot to run.
I have been playing this game on my laptop the entire time.
What, like right now? Wow.
Figure out.
So it may work.
Toad Skin Salve isn't under Raz Chemicals.
No, it's probably one of his newer ones then.
It is a newer one.
Make sure you mark off your pet cache too, Galgrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of those have the polymorph trait, so it should be good if you chugged them and then had to shapeshift.
I just made a note to update the Raz's list. All right, so Raz hands out some. Now, did you have these today, Raz, or are these ones you're gonna have for tomorrow?
They're today. I haven't
Okay.
changed the list from.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
So it's all the same stuff.
Yep. All right, so you guys have your potions from Raz. Galgrim shoves Bernie in his pocket and jumps up, and turns into a little flying bug and disappears over the side. What are you doing with the ship, Raz? Are you hovering it over the city, or what are you doing?
Yeah, we're just hovering. I assume
All
at some
right.
point we're probably going to catch some attention, but since they got flyers, that's all right. They have 2 flyers. We have a Kruger. Maybe by the end of it, Kruger will get his airdrop at Wish after all.
You might.
As we're all falling from the sky.
As they pick off all of our random crew and start airdropping them on, off the boat. Can we deactivate the boat and pick it back up, or is it permanent now?
It's a permanent boat.
Once it was summoned, then it can't be packed back up.
Cannot be unsummoned.
Well, I'm jumping off. Later, guys.
Good night.
Later.
Get the fuck out.